Well, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. How you all doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I went out to get my own cup of coffee and realized we didn't have any coffee brewed for Raini. And she takes a different kind than I do. I use caffeinated coffee. That's like drinking beer with alcohol. And she drinks decaf. Hi, little tiny. And Ellery's saying hi, the toothless one. And hair sticking up all over and all of that. So good morning, everybody. How's everybody's Sunday morning? God wanted us for who we are as we are. That's the way I look at it. I've been a mechanic most of my life. So if I see someone broke down by the road, I want to help and not worry getting I'm not sure where you were going with that, Steve. That must be another Scott you were talking to. Oh, it's Scott Allen, probably. So welcome, Steve. Welcome, Scott Allen. And you, Miss Tongue, Toothless Tongue. Let me readjust this. Raini is getting her decaffeinated coffee right now as we speak. And this child is going to try to get in here any way she can. So how is everybody this morning? Susie Q, good to see you. Audrey, good to see you. I see we're all talking about churches and stuff this morning. Audrey says, I've been in churches where people wear flip-flops, tank tops, shirts, and all are welcome inside no matter what they wear. I'm also in Southern California, grew up in a cult. LOL. Well, it's that cult thing. Yeah, God doesn't care what you're wearing. I don't think. Unless he's the God that cares that women, hey, you, I need you to stop doing that. If you're going to be here, you can be here, but no antics. You can just hang out. Unless you're a God, somebody who worships the God that says women must keep their head covered in church and not speak. And if they have any theological questions, they must pose them to their husbands at home, and that they cannot speak in the church. That all goes together to me with you have to wear a white shirt and tie and a suit coat and a dress and keep your Sunday hats on and Sunday gloves like they used to do in the 40s and the 50s. So that's my 2 cents on that. We can discuss this all you want, but I don't think God really cares what you wear to church, as long as you aren't wearing something for the sake of distracting from any message being presented, or distract from or to be no, let's not be doing that right now, okay? All right, thank you. Showing off artwork that's not finished that I'm working on. Anyway, so that's my take on church. I don't know what all is. I gotta backtrack here and see how this all came up this morning. See what everybody's talking about. Hey, Niall, good to see you over there in Ireland, where it's 3:00 in the afternoon. And Lucky Stone, good to see you. He said, I'll miss the stream, so I'll just leave this running to give Scotty watch time. Well, thank you, Lucky. I appreciate that. And let's see. We got Audrey. We got Matt Finn. Good morning, Master Finn. How are you doing today? Let me get a drink of coffee. I poured this, and I haven't had a sip of it yet until just now. But yeah, I had to go in, and that's the reason I got myself a few minutes late. And I saw you were all here. So I sent you a little message in the chat room and said, stand by. I had to go make Raini's decaffeinated coffee for her. And I hope that wakes her up. So,
it still has a little caffeine.
There she is.
I don't get really bad heart palpitations all day if I drink decaf.
Yeah, you got to watch that light is over there illuminating the backdrop. I need to have a rack of studio lights up on top so I can adjust things accordingly. If that's in your face, you can turn that away. Just making sure the background's illuminated. It's all important when you're doing a YouTube podcast and you want to make sure that people can see what you're doing. Why have a background if it's not lit meticulously? And this is not lit meticulously, I do have to say. It's just lit. So you need to pull forward a little bit so you're not in that light.
I think I can really pull forward.
So that light's not in your face. Ooh.
Move your arm.
No, I like it there.
You're blocking. I can't scoot forward.
I'm going to move this mic down. Everybody hear us okay? Hear that microphone okay? And let me adjust this accordingly. There we go. A little more centered. And let's see who else is here. Field Guy, good to see you. And Susie Q, I think I said good morning to you. Steph, good to see you. Cuervo Queen. And Barry Chad, nice to see you this morning.
Yeah, good. Good morning.
Sapphire Owl says, is your cup available for purchase? It certainly is, Sapphire Owl. I'm glad you asked. You almost sound like a plant in there. I'll send you your $5 spiff.
Yeah, don't ask.
Yeah, there it is. That's the Intrepid radio mug. The colors don't turn out very well on here, on this, and it's so reflective, it's hard to see. It says boldly going, which is what we came up with when we were first doing Intrepid magazine back in 2011. And so, yeah, you can get that mug. It's over at the Etsy page, and I can type that in here for you. It's you go to etsy.com/shop/son of a patriot.
Yeah, son of a patriot.
Boom. Yeah, today's the last day I'll be 59. You're right. You're right, Audrey. Tomorrow is my 60th birthday.
Yeah, he's gonna be old.
Gonna be old.
Super
Boy, that's
old.
gone by fast.
Yeah.
You know, I can still remember things when I was a kid. So, but I can't remember what she told me to do yesterday.
You wouldn't remember anything I said.
Yeah, I do. You know what I remember that she told me yesterday? You know what she's doing for my birthday? She's bringing me to a hotel tomorrow. Ooh.
Yeah, we are going to the Water Street Inn. I'm super excited.
Yeah. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota.
Stillwater, and we're kind of working a little bit with maybe trying to get some ghost hunty stuff on.
Yeah.
We'll see what Alex lets us do.
I think he'll probably let us all around because of the whole COVID thing. And Stillwater's across the border in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And the governor of Minnesota has now imposed all the new COVID restrictions on everything. So everything's closed. The bar and the restaurant's closed. Yep. They do have room service, but people aren't staying in hotels. It's just dead.
Dude, Stillwater was, you go to Stillwater, you stay there. You eat in a restaurant for every meal, and you hit the antique shops. And now all restaurants are pretty much closed except for takeout. No one's going to want to grab their food and go sit in their hotel room and eat 3 meals.
Yeah. So there you go. So we're going. This is where she does her massages. It's an old historic hotel on the riverfront in Stillwater. And that's where Rainey does most of her massages with her partner and friend, Kendra.
Yeah.
And Kendra. She came over. Did a tarot reading for her the other day.
Good. I gotta tell you guys all the truth here.
Uh-oh.
Not that I wouldn't not tell the truth. But it's something I would never say. I'm really scared. I'm kind of scared of Kendra. And
really, why?
It's more so I don't like to create friendships because I feel like everybody leaves me.
I'm still here.
I'm stuck with you. That's like legalities and 3 kids.
I'm legally stuck with you.
We're stuck forever.
Well, why? If you weren't legally stuck with me, would you go somewhere else?
Yeah, I would have kicked you out the door a long time ago.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
If you're useless, you're getting kicked out the door, mister.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, every time I start getting close with somebody and feel like I'm getting that good connection and we're gonna be good friends and it's going great, then something happens.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sucky to get close with someone and then
I've kind of seen that has been kind of a repeating pattern with us.
Yeah.
As a married couple, I've seen it as a couple. The closer we get to people as a couple and you start to invest yourself and you lower that risk wall, that vulnerability wall, and everybody gets to know you and you get to know them, all of a sudden they're gone.
Yep.
So, that's happened to us a few times over the last 15 years.
And my last mommy friend, Amber, man, drugs took her. She's still here.
Amber.
It was good. It was good. We had 3 kids.
She was an amazing, fun friend of ours.
Lots of fun. We had so much in common, and I absolutely freaking loved her. And then
she fell into the meth hole.
Yep, everything went sideways.
And
yeah.
So we keep seeing her on the periphery trying to work and help herself and go into treatment and do things. But yeah, it turned into a rough situation, you know, and that's not necessarily leaving Raini, leaving that friendship, but she's doing things that makes the friendship no longer something that can be engaged in on a healthy basis.
Yeah.
And so.
And I can't do that. I can't do that kind of friendship. I don't have the mental capacity or whatever to deal with all that. That's too much.
Niall, that's kind of it. He says, 60, congrats, man. I have 7 years to go. Not really looking forward to it. I feel like I'll be like a car that only starts now and again or breaks down at the end of the street or breaks down at the end of the drive. So, or can't get out of the garage.
Yeah.
So, you still find me hot and sexy, don't you?
Some days.
There you go. See? There it is, Niall. Some days.
Some days. Yeah, once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Then I have my days where I eat too much bread and sit on the couch and fall asleep.
There are some days he is a crotchety, crabby, cranky, stay off my grass old man, and it's like, holy shit,
I'm a get off my fucking grass kind of guy some days, I will tell you. And it's like this morning, not to start anything, not with you,
yeah, you better
but
not.
I come downstairs to make my coffee. We're all kind of lounging up in bed and watching TV, and
I gotta have somewhere to put my feet. I'm really uncomfortable here.
Can you find it?
I can't find
it. I got those boxes down there. That's the problem. Those wooden boxes. You're gonna have to get up to move those, and then I can slide my stool over. See, we're sitting up high on stools here, so you gotta have a place to put your feet.
And I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, I gotta move, but then I'm stuck. I'm stuck in here too.
Here, we'll let Raini. I got a couple of big boxes that I was gonna
watch me work. That's how Scotty always does.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, can you move that? Can you rub my feet while you're at it?
Kitchen's not clean. You want to clean it?
Yeah,
Don't we watch
really.
You?
I'll sit here and drink coffee if you clean the kitchen.
Yeah.
What inducement is that? So, no, I will tell you, I am so tired of cleaning the kitchen every day. It's the same thing over and over again, and I get bored. I want to go elsewhere. I want to look elsewhere.
Yeah, go look for a new kitchen. I'm good with that.
We need a new kitchen. We need a chef, and we need a maid. So that's just the way. I'm sorry, I'm not being snobbish. It's just the way we're wired. We need servants.
Yes.
But
that's why we have 3 kids.
Down. Yeah, that's why we have 3 kids.
Got to train our servants better.
Yeah, they're getting to that age where they can be the servants now. So it's getting the bitchiness worked out of them.
Yeah.
So I come downstairs this morning, and it's not too messy in the house. It's like we're in a small enough place. You've heard us complain about that before, where, you know, everything's everywhere. And so I walk out into the kitchen, and which is an extension of the living room. There's no wall there, so it's kind of a little bit of an open floor plan. But I wade out into the kitchen, and Rowan, the 9-year-old, who just turned 9 2 days ago, she decided that she wanted to make muffins. Cupcakes. So she made mini cupcakes, and she made like 2 dozen of them, 3 dozen of them, something like that.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of batter. It's 1 cake mix. So.
It's a lot of battering. And so I walk out in the kitchen, but everything she used last night to make muffins or cupcakes is encrusted. Nothing was rinsed off. Nothing's put away. She was doing frosting with one of those frosting cones, you know, and so she, but she left that all sitting out on the countertop. There's dried, hardened frosting all over the countertop because I didn't go clean the kitchen after her. I usually do the kitchen in the mornings. I get up early and I do the kitchen from the night before. And so, yeah, I'm a crotchety old man. Niall Parkinson. A crotchety old man. I love that grumpy old Grumps. Yeah, that's me, all right. Get off my grass.
Yeah.
So then I'm trying to make coffee, and we've got a turkey, a big, like 25, 26, 27 pounder, sitting in the one side of the stainless steel dual sink. It soaks in water. Oh, there you go. There's cupcakes. There, those are Rowan's.
Yeah, I wanted to show them off.
Look at those.
She did a great little job.
Look at those cupcakes.
How close we got to get up there?
It's the light's too bright is the problem. So.
And it's homemade cream cheese frosting.
She gave me the first one she did, though. She put like this much frosting on it, and it was like, whoa.
She must have meant to give that one to me.
Yeah. So, but the mess is everywhere. It's not like when I cook, I generally like to rinse things as I go. If I get something going and sauteing, you take the dish and you rinse it out and you put it in the sink. You stack it.
But with the turkey in the sink.
But with the turkey in the sink now, I've only got the one sink open and everything's all crusty and it's like, and then there's stuff all over the kitchen table. I couldn't even find a spot to set my phone down on the table. So it's like that. And it gets that way around here. But those are the frustrating mornings when you get up and you go, I'm so sick of cleaning everybody else's mess up. And that's why we've got those little handles you fill full of soap, dish soap with the scrubber thing on them. It's like, that's on the sink. It's there every day. Kids, you can take your bowl of whatever food you didn't finish and dump it in the garbage and rinse your bowl out and stack it, or put it in the dishwasher if the dishwasher is open. Or you could even take that soapy brush and clean your bowl and rinse it off and dry it and put it in the cupboard. Take all of a minute. Do my kids do that?
I'm 99% sure that Ellie throws her bowls away.
I'm starting to think that. It's like we're running. There's no bowls in the house.
We had like 20 bowls. The just white
like
Corelle,
cereal bowls, you know.
The white Corelle bowls, just basic regular kitchen cereal bowls. Soup
Can
bowls,
we find
whatever.
any of them?
We have 4
a couple.
left.
There's
4
4
left.
It's like, where'd they all go?
I don't know.
I think rather than when I tell her clean your plate, she probably chucks the whole thing in the garbage and nobody notices.
You gotta think about your wordage because she will follow your command.
Yeah.
So if you say go throw that in the trash.
Hey, clean up your bowl and dump it. I always tell her, remember, I said, dump any leftovers that you're not saving. Dump those in the garbage and rinse your bowl.
Scrape your bowl and scrape the food and put your
bowl
in the
I tell
sink.
people to rinse their bowls because when I get up at 5 in the morning and I do the dishes, I don't want to sit and scrub dishes.
When the dishwasher runs for 5 hours, you do not. It's 4 hours and 50 minutes.
4 hours.
4 hours and 50 minutes.
I put it on the big long.
That's 4 hours
cycle.
And 50
I like
minutes.
the sterilize, heat dry cycle.
4 hours.
And it takes 4 hours and 50 minutes.
You don't need to scrub it unless it's like.
You do.
No, you don't.
I've seen stuff. This is not an indictment of you. I've seen stuff you put in there thinking, oh, I'm putting it on the big sterilized cycle.
I don't put it on the big sterilized cycle.
You don't. That's why the food never washes off.
I run it for 2 hours.
It's like you pull out a bowl and you go, what is that? That's dried spaghetti sauce all around the rim. Why didn't the dishwasher take that off? Now I know why. She doesn't use the sterilized cycle.
Sat there for a week because nobody did the dishes.
How do you roll the turkey? Very carefully.
How do you roll a turkey?
What do you mean roll a turkey?
How do you roll a turkey there, Barry?
How do you roll a turkey, Barry? From the top of the hill to the bottom. That's how. I got to make some stuffing. We got that big turkey. Now, Rainy is gluten-free, so I got to use gluten-free stuffing, which the dog's already whimpering. Oh, that's what I get for leftovers? Gluten-free. But I like to do things like I like to dice up apples, put them in there, a couple of apples. I like to do a nice sage, like a Jimmy Dean's sage sausage, and do that all up, crumble it all up, and put that all in the stuffing. And onions, except she can't eat white onions now, so I can always do green onions.
God,
I like white onions.
You're
so picky.
You're picky. It's not me picky. It's my food sensitivity and allergies. I can't.
It's my food sensitivity. Ouch. So
I'm gonna spend the night at the hotel by myself for your birthday. My birthday present to you is a fun night with the kids by yourself.
Yay! Like I don't get enough of those. So he wants to smoke it like past the pipe. Rolling the turkey to smoke it. I got it. I get it. So where are those things you gave me? Those chewables. They were right over here somewhere.
The kids probably took them if you left them out. Right here.
Oh, here. Rainey tossed this over to me yesterday. She goes, "Here, have one of those." And you can't see the light is either it's too bright up close, but you can't really read that. These are. If you tip it away from the light a little bit, it'll. We got one of those round lights, 2 of them actually, that illuminate things. But these are THC, nectar bee, blueberry acai, ACAI. I've never known how to.
Acai.
Is that like Akashic Records? Oh, you can access your Akashic Records if you chew these. Yeah, totally. And they're gummies. 40 mg THC. Tangy and sweet. Where'd you get these? Colorado?
Yeah.
She got these in Colorado at the pot store.
Yeah.
So, don't let the kids have these chewy. Can I have one of your gummies?
Sure.
So, yeah, that's just, so we're not rolling the turkey, but I might have a gummy sometime today.
You know what gets me? I'm going politics here with how Democratic Minnesota is and everybody wanting free everything. Why the hell is it not legal yet?
Why is it illegal?
Why is it illegal in Minnesota still? Like,
and,
serious.
I'm a conservative politically, and I hear it's like the big thing you hear with conservatives. Well, that's a guy he stands for. You can't vote for him. He stands for legalizing marijuana. Mary Jane. And it's like, I'm like, so what?
You realize a lot less kids would get abused if their parents were high all the time.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. No, but seriously, it's a plant. You can't roll a plant, dry out a plant, and roll it. We do it with sage. We had a ranch once where we estimated 500 sage bushes all over the ranch. And at certain times of the year, when you catch them at a certain seeding time, I sent my girls out there when they were little. Beautiful. I said, I'll pay you $0.25 for every bundle of sage that you collect. And they went out and collected up a bunch, and we bundled them up, tied them with twine, and then sold them at the little events that we'd go to. But or you take the bundle and throw it on the fire and sage. And so you can go out and harvest sage and bundle it and light it, but and that's perfectly legal. But you can't go out and plant a cannabis seed and dry the leaves and smoke it, or seeds or whatever, the buds.
I actually have some wild sage DJ picked when he was in North Dakota.
Nice. Wild sage.
Yeah, it's drying. It's drying out in the kitchen. Well, I think it's pretty dry.
But there you go. Yes, Rainey says Susie
yes.
Q.
Yes, why not?
We have such a height disparate.
Well, your stool is higher, and then I got a back, so I'm.
Do you want to trade stools?
No.
Is this one better for you? Or
no, my back hurts after sleeping in the hotel the night before, so it feels good.
When did you sleep in the hotel? Oh, with the kids.
Rowan just had her 9th
You haven't had to stay in the hotel. So
we stayed in the hotel. Not last night, the night before.
Yeah, for Rowan's birthday, she rented a hotel room, local, not the big fancy one over in Minnesota.
There's some on the table outside.
But the local hotel, Western Inn or something.
Best Western Inn.
The Best Western. With a swimming pool, and she had her birthday party.
Freaking cold swimming pool. I put my feet in. I was like, hell no. And I watched the girls swim. In like 15 minutes, everybody came out and their lips were blue. What?
Let's see. I'm just looking. I catch random quote. Field guy. Yep. As soon as my mom got in the door, her phone was ringing off the hook. Now, I have no context for what that statement is, so I got to read back. my mother relieves this other caretaker at her job, and last night this caretaker brought up hoarding toilet paper. My mother said, yes, it's because of Biden, and the caretaker didn't like that, and the caretaker didn't like that comment and reported it. So what happened to your mom? My mother to her boss. So there's still spiteful people out there. What'd your boss do? Your mom didn't get like terminated or something for talking against Biden, did she? And I got something to talk about that. That's a personal thing I want to bring up. Barry says, I'm really good at growing about everything. Weed is simple. Yeah, holler at me if you ever need help. Yeah, we had weed growing in our front garden this last spring. We didn't even know where it came from. So there you go. And it got pretty tall, and we gave one to Rocky. Ooh, maybe I'm not supposed to say that.
I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to.
But not to say that he got the indoor growing lights for it or anything. That
his died.
Pruned it, and did it die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Ouch.
But anyway,
you're not getting any more cupcakes. Go away.
No, she can't. But the lady she watches, her daughter, called her directly and was being a bitch over nothing. So it's good she didn't get fired.
You know what? I bet you that lady is a cheap ass. I'm not going to say anymore. I bet you she's cheap and probably doesn't even pay your mom what she's worth. That's what I've gotten out of everybody who wants free everything and help out the people and pay this and get this and that. But they're not willing to pay what anybody's actually worth.
Every day it smells like the ocean and weed.
Good smells.
A little saltwater spray and yeah. So I had a relative of mine who I love very much said to me, and they were being very sincere, and we had a great conversation. But this idea of, let's say, if Biden becomes president, if there is no mass conspiracy uncovered and millions of votes are not, if none of that happens, and Biden is actually seated as the president of the United States. And by the way, by saying that, I'm not buying into a weird conspiracy, which people seem to think. They equate that you say, hey, look, he can challenge the election. And he might win if by the law they find out that there are votes that were cast illegally. If that happens, is that a conspiracy theory? Is that kind of weird? Some kind of weird? You talk about that and it's like, oh, you got to give it up. Just concede. Well, what if he's right? So he's got the right to challenge. That's going on.
And Hillary Clinton said never concede. So
yeah, Hillary Clinton herself told Biden never concede. So
I hope Trump does the same. Never concede.
Yeah, if he doesn't concede, if he believes that there was and has, maybe his lawyers have proof of this, we'll see. There are things that they can't say publicly if they're bringing things in a legal case. So let's see what's going on before.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet enough. Something's going on.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Quiet.
It's very quiet. And well, anyway, I had a relative of mine say very sincerely, and they were Biden supporters, or at least anti-Trump people. Let's put it that way. Maybe they voted for somebody else. I don't know, but they seemed to celebrate the election of Biden. And let's see, Mike Yehudi, how you doing, Yehudi?
Ouch.
And so this person said to me yesterday, you really ought to, for the sake of your business and growing your business, now you have to adapt to this new political atmosphere that's out there. So instead of being, so supportive of Trump and that kind of mentality, now you might need to personally show that you are willing to shift with the shifting winds of government and go with that flow, and you're gonna exponentially your radio show will blow up. You'll have exponential people joining. You'll have more business sales and so on. And he's a very astute businessman. And so I said, well, I understand your point. I said, but that point only works for me if I'm willing to say my principles are tossed on the waves of the sea of the change of political power or political ideology or so on. And I don't know that I see a huge seed change in our country. I see another wave coming in. It's an anti-Trump wave. It's not a pro-Biden wave. It's not a pro-leftist wave. It's an anti-Trump wave. The people who didn't want him in. So you can look at that and decipher that any way you want. But the idea that I should change my message or change what I believe for the sake of affecting my business, I don't think. Now, all of you, you hear how I do politics. Raini hears how I do politics. Everybody, I don't go out there. I don't go insulting people. I'm not out there touting the latest conspiracy theory. All I have said about things that people are saying is a conspiracy theory, the fraud in the election, I say, let it play out. Let it get checked out. If there's suspicion of that, why shouldn't you check it out? Go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and file the lawsuits. Go ahead and challenge the election. What if they believe that there was widespread individual states breaking the law in order to allow extra votes because of COVID or whatever? I'm sorry, if you got COVID and you feel that you're sequestered at home, what the hell took you so long to mail in your mail-in ballot that you got to have an extension for a week? If you're sitting at home, what's it take to put your ballot in the mailbox and put up the red flag and say, pick up my mail today? Could have done that 2 months in advance of the election. But no, we got to extend another week for these people that are suffering from COVID. And it's like, what? Who are we going to cater to? You know what?
It sounds like privilege to me.
Yeah, that sounds like privilege.
I guess I'm not privileged enough to be able to sit on my ass at home all day and do absolutely jack squat because I got to go out and work and make money.
That's right. And by the way, field guy, you make a good point. If you can't vote in person, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Just saying. Now, I will agree with that just in principle, only because, especially in this election where everybody's told, stay home, COVID, you all got to vote by mail. This was all the left because they wanted people voting by mail because they thought they would gain more votes doing that because people just don't go vote anyway. And so they think they're going to gain from this. There is also so much open doors for fraudulent voting to go on, and they've uncovered a hell of a lot of that. There's so many red flags in this election. That's why it's being challenged. But saying this about the left pushing mail-in voting, do you notice by about the middle of the week before the election, they're saying, don't mail in your votes, it's too late, but go to the polls if you haven't voted. So it's interesting. Stay home because of COVID, vote by mail. Oh, but now that it's too late for you to vote by mail, go out in droves to the polls and vote. That's an inconsistency in message. That means that all they're after is the vote, not the safety of the people. They housed it in this false safety narrative. Stay at home but stay alive type of thing and vote from home by mail. Oh, but if you didn't make it, go ahead and go out in droves and be unsafe. Be sure to wear your mask. And, that's just, it's such nonsense. So all of that being said, these are the things that make you say there is more at play behind the scenes than we're let on. Something as simple as wear your mask to vote or don't go to vote unless you have to. And, all of those things. If it's not safe, it's fucking not safe. I mean, it's that simple. That irritates the shit out of me.
What gets me, not political, but on the COVID-19 thing. So we've had 2 employees at work with COVID. And you don't have to test negative to come back to work. You just have to quarantine.
You have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
No, it's 10 to 14 days.
10 to 14 days. Okay.
And then you can come back to work. It doesn't matter if you're still positive.
Hey, Teresa. Happy Sunday to you, too. Yeah, and that's the thing. Hey, good morning, James.
And if it's, if you're not showing symptoms. If you're asymptomatic, right? And you can pass it everywhere. And if you're kind of maybe not sure you're sick, stay home. If you've had symptoms, couldn't you finally feel better and still be asymptomatic and spreading it everywhere when you're positive? I don't know.
See, I'm very circumspect with my words on this because I don't oppose the mask wearing. I don't oppose being safe. I don't oppose being careful, but I oppose going overboard. And I don't want to be one of those guys that goes out there and says, you don't need to wear a mask. You don't need to do any of this. And then you end up with COVID and you die. Because like me, like I've said a million times, and you all know this, I'm the trifecta of susceptibility. I've got diabetes, I've got heart disease, and I'm now 60. So I'm in that category 3 times over of being highly susceptible to COVID. And thank God, knock on Formica, I haven't contracted it yet that I know of. Unless we think, I've mentioned this before.
No.
Raini and I think we all had it last December, January, a year ago.
Now you can get it again.
Now you can get it again.
One of the girls that's finally back at work said her little theory, which was like, she's like, I think every so many people that get swabbed for COVID, she thinks they actually have something shoved up in there. So when you jam it in the back of your sinuses, it gives you something else that makes you sicker than you really would have been.
See, and now that, to me, that's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. Well, we've got to prove that.
Here's the thing. She is, I think, just 21. And she had breathing problems. Her boyfriend had breathing problems. So they're thinking that maybe their swabs weren't quite right. Because who in their 20s really
is swabs not right?
Having breathing problems with COVID? Not many. It's supposed to hit the old people hard.
Yeah. And by the way, Audrey, Gavin Newsom has got his head in an anatomically unlikely locale. I'm sorry, I'm not the governor of his state. He is. So maybe he's got more preaching soapbox room than I do. But I can tell you what, I could be a governor of California. Except I'm not liberal enough to get elected. I will tell you what, you put me head to head with Gavin Newsom in a debate and I'll beat him. But Gavin Newsom is an idiot. Let's put it that way. And I absolutely loved his little mea culpa on getting together with Thanksgiving or for some gathering where he's telling the whole state, you can't have more than 4 people and you should have separate rooms and different tables and all of this stuff for Thanksgiving that you hear being thrown all around. And then he's caught on camera with 5, 6, 7 other couples, dozen more people together at some gathering. Nobody's wearing a mask and they're all celebrating.
Shut that door.
Shut the door. Thank you. Bye. And so when you see that, it's hypocrisy. If you're going to tell your whole state you can't have Thanksgiving and traditionally, but you're going to go gather with friends after you've said that, you're a hypocrite. And it just shows and you got to ask yourself the question, why? Why are there certain elements in government that want you to do that? Do they believe they're really telling you to be safe? But then they believe it doesn't apply to them, though. They know they're safe. So they're smarter than you, is what they're saying. I know how to be safe. I can gather with my friends. We're all negative. We all know it. We're all safe. And he's probably right. But in telling the general public that, he's telling them, we're smarter than you. We have the ability to figure that out, while the common person doesn't. So you need us in government telling you what to do. And I want to tell government to go do a anatomically unlikely thing. There, I held back on the F-bomb. So anyway, I'm not talking politics. That's not what I want. I'm talking about how did I even get into this? Because we're talking about conspiracy theories and who you support and what people. I started by talking about, and I'll just say it was my son-in-law. I love him very much, and I respect him. He's a great businessman. I don't like his politics. He doesn't like mine. I see him as a leftist snowflake. He sees me as an old white guy from Wisconsin. And that's okay. And we joke around about that some a bit too. That's not a big deal. We don't have to have the same points of view. I don't like the idea that I would need to, in essence, and I want to be fair to his point of view, is that I understand it. Maybe you need to modify your message now. Maybe you need to, shift over a little bit because it will gain you some momentum in your business, in your radio show, and so on. If you're not perceived as being on the Trump side of things, the weird Trump, the blah, 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 and all this, the conspiracy. I go, well, I don't believe that stuff anyway, and I don't push that stuff. But I asked him the question yesterday as we were talking. I said, but what do you do about your principles? Folks, would you change your message or your core beliefs to go with the flow of what's happening in a highly polarized governmental political election? Would you change what you really believe in order to make more money? Maybe I should. Maybe I should come out as a Biden supporter and I'll get all kinds of leftists listening to my show.
No, they're cheap bastards. You still will get nothing.
Yeah, you still don't get nothing.
I really believe that when politics all set aside, people who make money, want money, have money, don't share their money. And I feel like that's who.
Hey, Ro, keep talking.
That's who the blue side is, right?
Fill my coffee for me.
I don't know.
Yeah, servant. It's the big Wonder Woman mug, has all my caffeinated coffee in it. Just pour some in.
Here, take this with you too.
Warm it up.
You can grab my phone when you come back. My coffee's cold. I don't drink cold coffee.
You put them in the microwave for 30 seconds and it'll warm it up. You do the same with mine because it's been sitting out in that big mug. Because we had to pour the pot into the big mug so I could make Mom's decaf coffee. And then my creamer is it's a thing by the fridge.
I don't really like what he said.
Wonder Woman. No. Wonder Woman. Come up and stand up and do your Wonder Woman stance.
No.
She's no fun.
Yeah. I'm not going to stand up and dance. You stand up and do your Wonder Woman pose.
I'll do my Wonder Woman pose. Here you go. Watch. Can you do this?
No, I can't.
Wonder Woman. That's my Superman pose. I can rip my shirt open.
Gross. You need to trim your chest hairs. They're sticking out your shirt. Ick. Ick, like now you're old. Go away. I'm grossed out. Don't touch me.
I'm just a burly man. No, I'm so unhairy. It's incredible.
Except for your
I've
chest.
got hair like right here. And that's it.
It's sticking right out of your shirt.
And my nipples. All around my.
Let me pull
No. And I got normal hair in normal places, armpit hair, pubic hair. I got no hair on my legs. My legs are hairless.
And all the hair on your head's disappearing.
On the hair on my head's going away. And I thought, well, at least, careful.
You didn't stick that in the microwave. That's cold.
Mom! It's got to be warm. I don't want to drink cold coffee.
If you can't,
you're gonna make Mom get up and do it.
Yeah, I warmed yours. Thanks.
Here.
Be careful.
Hold on. Little chaos going on here.
Yeah, but I have to do everything coffee.
Yeah, the little girl is having to do some.
A little girl.
Oh yeah, you're 9. Oh, hi. Oh, Mom's finally got to get up and do it. Here you go. There's the 9-year-old, the fresh 9-year-old.
I am not a little girl.
What are you?
I'm a mature 18-year-old.
You wish you were 18-year-old. If you were 18-year-old, you'd be paying rent. I'd make you get a job and pay rent. So, there you go. So,
Mess up my hair.
And if you were 18, you could have voted for Donald Trump.
I don't care. We held a voting session at my school. Donald Trump won.
Donald Trump won at the 3rd grade voting session at school.
Yeah.
So
we had indoor recess a few weeks ago, and we held the voting session on our computers.
There you go. Big scandal in our main news network's senior TV presenters and journalists pictured at a retirement party, hugging each other, etc. They all had to go on national TV and apologize. That's from Niall. That's in Ireland. And so, you know what? What's the whole apology thing? I'm so sorry I offended the public because I was seen having a cigarette. Or things like that. The things that politicians have to apologize for nowadays, it's all geared around social acceptance, not actual politics. Not actual. I love it when you do that to my arm.
So is Biden's son going to come out and apologize for molesting little kids?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, that's it.
Is it still okay to do that? You just can't smoke.
Well, that's the whole thing.
If you don't have a mask on, it's bad.
That's funny. We spent 3.5 to 4 years degrading the sitting president, trying to lay atrocity after atrocity at his feet, and things from his past and things he said and blah blah blah, and none of it came to anything. And we got the whole Biden thing.
Yeah, and how long do we have to wait before we get to try and impeach Biden on all that stuff? Well,
I guarantee you it's not going to happen anyway, because you've got the Republicans aren't going to do anything anyway. The Republicans they stood for Trump because it was their power seat. Now, if Trump's out, you're going to watch them all one by one jump ship. And they all got to go with the new Green Deal now, and they got to go with they might resent that.
Term limits.
Or resist that.
Every political seat needs to have a 2-term limit.
Boom. I agree.
Everybody in, everybody out. Every American citizen should at some point have to be required to work some sort of political position in either their local government or their federal government.
See, and Morgan Snow makes a good point. I don't want Kamala Harris. Now, why on earth would 78 to 80 million people in America vote for Biden-Harris when they rejected Harris during the primaries? Harris was rejected by the public, rejected by the Democrats.
Okay, can we stop? I'm getting crabby. I'm done with this conversation.
Me too. Okay,
oh my God.
We'll stop. It's getting too political.
It's getting too political. They're sheeple. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, 2021 is going to be amazing. So, when it all comes down to it, though, I sit and complain about the what would you call it? On the whole linear timeline of life. Our culture, our planet, our whatever.
Do not come back in
I look at our elections and the things the pusillanimous elections, the politicking, all of that. These are all blips on the radar. Think this hasn't happened 100,000s of times throughout human history? It has. Half of your population going, "Oh my God, the new king is going to bury us. We're dead." We don't like the new king, but of course you get your head chopped off for saying that back then. Now you just get half of the country wanting to ruin your reputation
if you
disagree.
Don't have a Stalin or Mussolini or another Hitler.
Yep. And you know what?
We'll make
if Trump loses the election, he's already said, if I genuinely lose legitimately, he says, I'll just retire and I'll be gone. I'll go retire. I'll be done.
Please, Trump, not that you're watching us, do not ever concede.
Yeah.
Don't
Remember, Hillary Clinton said,
do not give them the satisfaction.
Yeah, I feel that's going to be like the Obama years again.
Our country's going to get run into the ground. Absolutely nothing's going to happen. You have to apologize for being an American, and the Chinese are going to own all of our stupid national forests.
And that's it. And we were talking about this yesterday. We know people in our family who benefited under Trump financially. Their businesses did. Now that's going to all change because Biden's got a totally different tax plan. And I almost think that there are some people who support this style of government that's going in, or the people who will say, well, I'll gladly pay, 40% more in taxes for my business as long as it makes us all, we're living for each other and everybody's covered and everybody's, I get that. I understand that. There are people that think that. That think I will gladly give 80% of my income in order to make sure everybody's covered medically, me included, make sure my college is covered, to make sure everything's paid for by the people. And
so does that mean we could just be lifer students and not have to work and they'll always pay our bills?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's it.
That's what I'm going to do then.
Can't ever get your power shut off under Joe Biden.
Yes. Good, I don't have to pay the bill because that's coming up and it's expensive.
Hey, CLC Paint. He said, boom, it's Sunday with your consequential rapscallions. Why, thank you. Yeah, Raini is now my That's a show I used to do with somebody, and I don't do that anymore. It's been over a year and a half. It's been almost 2 years since we've done Consequential Rapscallions, when I think about it, because I was doing that show down in Texas when I was down in Texas 2 years ago. And for a month, I remember doing that show, and we had 5 weeks in a row where that show wasn't airing because the other party wasn't available. And so it really started to die after that. And so
in all honesty,
it's been almost 2 years.
I don't even remember.
The Consequential Rapscallions.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's Raini and me.
Yeah. I gotta do kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. This is where my brain focus is.
And there it is. Mommy. This is where my brain focus is.
I don't.
Oh wait.
I don't remember anything unless somebody like
mine
has
is on boldly going.
Vaccinations or broken whatevers.
Yeah.
Doctor appointments, dentist appointments.
So would you all get the vaccination if it comes out?
No.
Would that? Do you think that would cure the pandemic? If we have a vaccination, everybody just lines up and goes and gets vaccinated.
You know what it's going to cure?
We got no way to spread it anymore now.
You know what it's going to cure? It's going to cure the empty lining of all those pharmaceutical wallets.
There's that.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Spaces Water says, no way would I have a vaccine. Why do you think we shouldn't have the vaccine? Anybody. Spaces Water, Audrey, anybody.
Well, I will say, under the Trump administration, I would not have gotten a vaccination nor vaccinate my children. Under the Biden administration, if that's what happens, yeah, no.
And it didn't have anything to do with the cult of personality. It didn't have to do with who was sitting in the office. It has to do with, do I want, with all the weird conspiracy around COVID that's being talked about, do you want to be vaccinated?
It's not even COVID. Look at the last vaccination. The big vaccination they did was is it HPV vaccination?
Yep.
And vaccinate your kids. Those pharmaceutical companies pay you to stay quiet. So if your child gets hurt with that vaccination, the money they pay you is your silence. And you're not allowed to say. And look at all the kids that have been injured by the HPV vaccination. I'm not putting any vaccine in my kids if it has not been injected in other people for at least 10 years. I'm not okay with that.
Yep. And Steph says she wants to see all the side effects. Look, that's why it takes a minimum of, what do they say? A minimum of 2 years to get new vaccinations approved by the FDA. And because you have to go through that process. What happens if we inoculate? Is that the proper term for vaccination? If we vaccinate, half of America. What happens if we find out later that vaccination?
What is the difference between vaccinate and inoculate?
Inoculate. I think inoculation is the process of vaccination, isn't it?
I don't know, because one's got to be more permanent than the other, because you can get vaccinations.
Somebody look that up.
Yeah, let us know.
Between inoculation and vaccination.
Because some vaccinations are like you get them and you're good, and other ones you have to keep getting.
Spaces Water said they did the COVID test here in England, and the test made a woman disabled.
Ugh.
Yeah, see?
Well, I heard somebody got a Q-tip shoved so far back it like brain damaged them. Maybe that's the same thing. Like, no, it caused it went through like all the way back into the space into the brain. It was. I
couldn't imagine shoving something so far back into your nasal cavity to do a test.
Dude, and how pissy was the person shoving that Q-tip in your nose?
Yeah,
like,
really.
Holy hell.
Hold the fuck still. Yeah. I don't know. What is it? Shit. So, pardon my language. My F-bombs come out every now and then.
Oh, especially when there's politics. I'm all like,
oh my God. No. Yeah. So let's get off politics. So, pineal, it touches your pineal gland.
No one's touching the pervert.
Nobody's touching my pineal gland except you. She does all the time.
Not that one. Grab yourself too, because you know I was gonna smack it.
I think it's pineal gland, but
doesn't matter. It's still funny.
That's like asking somebody, "Are you a pianist?" Why, yes, I am. Not pianist, you pianist.
Yes.
So, Barry Chad likes to have his pineal gland touched. I'll bet. Look how quickly we can make this program go downhill.
Yeah, look at here. James says, my wife had 3 of the COVID tests back in May when our son was born 2 months early. So do you think the test made her go 2 months early? Was it before?
I make her go to
After?
them. What do those tests do, though? Aren't all they doing is just swabbing stuff, I thought. They're not putting anything in you, supposedly.
Here we go.
Niall. Well, Rainey, you mentioned fascists. We also now have the Global Economic Forum and the Grand Reset. With Schwab and these guys, we may not have seen the end of this. I think you're right, Niall.
Don't say that.
Now, see, of course, that is the. Here's the whole thing. In America, we're so myopic in America and the American election. You think it's all about just America? No, there's other stuff going on around the world that has, I think, governed the process of what's going on in America right now. Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump fit the bill when they needed it, and now it's Joe Biden. Let's find out what's really going on. But of course, you talk about that stuff, you know what you become, Niall? A conspiracy theorist, a whack job. Just go along with Biden. Raise your hand. I'm with Biden. I'm with Joe.
I'm with Hitler. What? I shouldn't say that. It's not a fair comparison, but it's damn close.
They put a swab up your nose and send it to. I've had a test done when I had the heart attack almost 3 months ago now.
And then he tried to kiss me. It's like, no, I don't want your COVID
after
germs.
The swab.
Yeah.
Well, she got to fill my. Remember in the hospital picture on my Facebook. They had done where they run the coat hanger up through your crotch, and clear out your stint. And but I couldn't sit up for 2.5 hours. 4 hours, whatever. And so there I am laying, and I don't lay on my back very well. And I'm laying on my back, and I just look up like that, and the nurse would push my head back down. You can't raise your head. Like, okay, whatever. They don't want you to bleed out through my artery. They really need
to put like a TV on the ceiling so you can just lay there and be like,
And so I had to pee, and I couldn't get up. And so they said, here, you'll have to pee in this jug. And they bring this big jug with a handle.
No, not even. The nurse is like, oh, good, your wife is here.
Yeah,
like, no.
She didn't want to have to. The nurse didn't want to have to do it. Hey, nurse, so you want to help direct that into the mouth of the jug, please? Well, my wife was here, so Rainey got to do that. And I think I put up a post of the picture. She's standing like this, and she's got the jug full of urine. And I think I put the title on it, something like anything to get her to touch my wiener.
Oh man, and I have like super heightened smell too, so it was hard to not like.
It's just pee. It's just pee.
I don't like the way stuff smells.
So.
Even walking into the bathroom, you just get to the door. If nobody's flushed that morning stink, ooh.
100,000 views of that TikTok of the math teacher doing the Zoom class and every day telling everybody what losers they are for being Trump supporters.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Here, hold on.
I'm not a violent person, but I tell you what, if that was one of my kids' teachers, I'm pretty sure I'd walk up and punch him in the mouth.
Here, hold on. Here it is. This is what she's saying here. Look at this. Let's see if I can play this for you.
Strongest foundations in this country.
Here, hold on.
One of the strongest foundations in this country. You can have a Trump sign. That's fine. I can decide you're an asshole. That's one of the.
No. That's just a small clip that Steph had sent me. This TikTok thing that's going on out there because somebody recorded this teacher saying that stuff. Now, in principle, I agree. In principle. You can have a Joe Biden sign. That's just fine in America. That doesn't mean I don't have to call you I can't call you an asshole or a dumbass for having it.
No, all I do is mark off where those people live. So when the apocalypse happens, they're going to be the first people I steal from.
There you go. The zombie apocalypse.
I know you don't have guns. I'm coming to your house first to take your toilet paper and your canned corn.
But for a teacher, a math teacher. Let's say I'm a literature teacher and I'm doing a Zoom class for college kids. And I'm every day telling Biden supporters what idiots they are and what assholes they are and or dumbasses. And that wouldn't be a literature class.
Here's the thing is I don't know how many times the kids said to me picking them up, who's our president? Is it Joe Biden?
Yeah, our kids.
And it'll be kids. He's dumb and we don't want him to win. And it's like, no, that's not okay to say. It's not okay to say he's dumb. It's not okay to say bad things, or you're supposed to respect him. respect whether it's Biden or Trump. You show respect. You try not to say too much bad stuff. Now, if you want to take them apart on whatever their politics are, go for it.
Go ahead.
But you can't just go, oh, Trump sign, you're an asshole. Biden sign, you're a loser.
Yep.
That's not okay. You have to have good reason as to why you're saying what you're saying. And if you don't, then shut your goddamn
Steph,
mouth.
it has nothing to do with math. That's the point.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to express an opinion, but when you do it every day in something like a radio show is different. Math, if I was teaching a math class, is that the place where every day I have to degrade one side of the political process, one side of the political election? That's the problem. And so she can have her opinion all she wants, but she has a personal blog or a personal Twitter or a personal Facebook to express what she thinks. Shouldn't be done during math class.
They actually, at the middle school, the school that Flynn goes to, one of the teachers had a Biden sign in the classroom.
Oh.
And there was a big thing about that. And I guess for me, with having it in, if you want to have a sign in your classroom, I guess it's okay as long as you're not teaching politics.
You know what? If I was to have a Trump sign in my classroom for middle schoolers, I should be required to put the Biden sign up right next to it. So you got both signs. You go, that's who the two main candidates are. Oh, then if it's a school, I should also be supporting our political process, and I should be putting up the Green Party's sign and also the Libertarian sign.
I think that's a little much, but I don't think if they
shouldn't be promoting
she
one
or he
candidate.
had the Biden sign, and that's okay. But I would hope that teacher would be respectable enough to not say, well, anybody who supports Trump is an idiot. And if you don't support Biden, then you are an idiot. I would hope they would be like, well, I like Biden because of this, and this. Those are my reasonings. That's why I support him.
Yeah.
And there doesn't have to be that's why I don't like Trump, or that's why I don't like the Green Party, or that's why I don't like whatever. Just positive reasons as to why you're choosing Biden. Positive reasons as to why you're choosing whoever you're choosing. No putting anybody down.
That's it, Teresa. Teach the process.
Yeah.
Teach
I don't remember the process.
The process. And I
have to ask Scotty all the time. Wait, who was what? What's this?
That's like the whole deal with the teachers in school having the BLM, the Black Lives Matter flag hanging in their room or poster up on their wall. You can't do that without showing the fairness of the process or of the system. You know what I'm talking about, the philosophy. That is one philosophy.
But see,
there's half of the country that doesn't agree with that philosophy.
BLM, no matter what, is a racist organization because they are calling out one color for one color's reasonings.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. It's not an equality. It's not an equal human. It's not equal people. It's calling out a color. It's calling out a race, and that's racist. I don't think BLM should be allowed in school. Now, politics.
There you go.
With president,
there, Teresa,
Senate.
Teach like Scotty does. Now, everybody knows my views. You know who I voted for. It's no secret. But even it's no secret, Teresa, but she says teach like Scotty does. All that's saying to me is that's a verification that I teach one particular point of view, but I'm also open about all other views, saying, look, if you want to believe the other side, that's your choice. Just make sure you're informed about what you're doing.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I like that. You gotta be educated.
I thought I saw a name here that I didn't recognize.
I don't know. I asked somebody once why they were voting for Biden, and they said because it's not Trump. And it's like, well, that's not a good reason. What are his policies? What?
And Steph, I do get your point. That was a math class. I get your point.
Yeah.
It's not about what we teach and don't teach. And thank you for that message from our not sponsor, the 5-year-old Ellery, soon to be 6. She just popped her head in and started singing something at the top of her lungs.
Love it. Oh,
we love it. Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
Bye. There you go. Bubbles. What? Somebody else said something here too. I wanted to. Oh, CLC paint. He says, I think it's fascinating. Nobody can agree what's real. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Okay. This is your last one.
Did I get her?
Oh, no, you got it on the carpet.
Oh,
Okay, bye. Get that cupcake mom through, will you, and throw it out? Shut our
give
door.
it to Lucy. She likes the cupcakes.
Okay. The backfiring of throwing a loaded
Well,
frosting
the
cupcake at a
the
kid.
computer's like up this
You
high,
miss.
so I couldn't even see her head.
So, anyway, by the way, totally different subject. Rainey and I, if you have next Saturday, where you don't have to do any massages, Rocky's lined it up for us all. We're all going to go up to that place in Osceola where he was yesterday for a little bit and do an investigation.
Well, let me start off with this.
Okay.
So Minnesota, where I work, right, has all their new shutdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And back to politics, where if Biden wins, stuff is going to get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But my hotel, my Water Street Inn, is really slow right now because of what they did last Friday. So bars aren't open, food is only takeout, there's no sit down. And people kind of knew stuff was coming. So the 2 weeks prior to this, hotel business was slow, really slow, I think. And I don't know that I should say it. I know that, was it 2 weeks back? Only one person was staying there for the whole week.
Yeah,
and they just put in a huge extension, 3 floors.
Huge, historic 100-year-old hotel.
They had to put
more
in,
than 100-year-old.
What, like, I don't know, 30 to 60 rooms. I don't even know how many rooms they put in.
You guys,
huge new thing.
Go look up the Stillwater or the Water Street Inn in Stillwater, Minnesota.
Yep.
Water Street Inn, Stillwater, Minnesota. This is the hotel.
Yeah, go
so
follow them on
Facebook.
Or
Saturday night.
They've got Twitter.
Monday night.
They got Twitter. They got Instagram. Go follow everything if you can. Show them some love and support.
Yeah.
But it's great business, and it is still historic, but they have this whole new part on. And I've been working there independently. I don't know, for like 4 years. The people there are great. And the hotel is haunted, but they're really struggling with business. Well, I don't know that they're struggling, but I know
they're struggling because of COVID
so
this year.
I think it's gonna probably really start to struggle. So it's haunted. If you want like a good staycation, go stay there. Go check it out. If the rooms are open, they will probably let you into the haunted room.
Right now, the pub and the restaurant are closed, but
you can order
room
to
service.
Your room. Yep.
So we're going there. Rainey's taking me for my 60th birthday party. A party of 2, please.
Anybody local?
At a hotel room. Woohoo!
Anybody local? If you want to stop in and visit, let me know. We'll let you come up. We're supposed to get a really nice room.
We invited a couple of friends to come over. And they're not sure if they can make it or not, but come over and we can order room service in the room. Sit on the balcony, look at the river, even if it's cold out. But it's on the St. Croix River.
I really don't want those small businesses to fail. So my little part that I'm personally going to start doing.
Thanks, Space is Water.
Space is Water. What?
They say I look your age.
Nice. You're calling me old, jerks.
No, we both have white chest hair.
Nice. But I really want to see the businesses in Stillwater and around our area survive. And so my hope is, and I've been working with contacting places and trying to set up to figure out where, like hotels or the old inns, which ones are haunted, who will let us come in and stay there for maybe a night or two and go investigate and see if maybe we can up some of their business by getting some of like a haunted staycation where you can go in.
Get some people to come in, to go in for a night or two, help the business that's there. It's a local business. Now, I know many of you aren't local to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. But, if you're looking for a weekend away or a days in the middle of the week, come on up.
Yep.
And now we're not hired by the Stillwater Inn to say anything. It's not advertising.
No, it's what I want to do to feel like I am doing kind of my part and my part in helping. And then not only that, if I've got the money to go stay a night in a hotel or in a B&B and go check it out and see what's haunted, it's kind of a nice getaway from the kids.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Any night away is a nice getaway from the kids. Now, here, by the way, I'm putting a link in the chat room. This is Rainey's company, Two Loons Massage. And some of the pictures there were actually taken at the, I think they only have 1 or 2 pictures here. Oh, yeah, that's one of the rooms at the, if you go over to that page on Facebook, that photograph, and there's one of the rooms at the Stillwater Inn where they're set up for dual massaging. Not they don't have a room set up for massage. They go to people's rooms and massage at the end.
I think
So there you go.
that's room like I want to say like 214 or 219.
But you can go look at find their website for Stillwater, or I keep wanting to say Stillwater Inn. Water Street Inn in Stillwater.
And they don't hide the fact that they've got stuff going on. So if you want to go and stay and say, I want to put me in a room that's haunted, or can we walk around a bit? Yeah. And when they're not booked up, I'm sure they'll let you walk around. We're going to work something out with the manager over there. And not to be like, this is the perfect time. If there are places that you wanted to investigate, any hotels, inns, bed and breakfast, whatever, contact them and get in, because chances are they're not doing great business right now, and you might be the only one staying, and they'll be like, hell yeah, go
James
see what you can find.
Says, get a portable pole, enjoy a dance from your wife.
No,
I got a portable pole.
Okay.
Was that too rocky? All right.
I gotta go attend to some naughty kids.
Who's being naughty?
Rowan's throwing cupcakes and kicking her.
Oh, that's not cool. So, anyway, sorry. Thanks, Teresa, for laughing at that. A portable pole. Yeah, I will say this. My pole is portable. My 3 children were all conceived in different places. That's portable. All right. That's pushing it, isn't it? I'm getting edgy with that one. All right. A little too edgy for a Sunday morning. Maybe a late night Saturday show. But anyway, James, thanks for putting that in my head. So it shows you where my head goes. Barry says, dang, if my mind is wandering already, then you say she has chest hair. Envision that. My wife does not have chest hair. I will say. But I still enjoy my wife's chest. Boom! Ching! Niall says Brexit is a major issue here, to the extent that the origin of fish in the Irish Sea is trying to be determined. So English and Irish fish can be separated. I shit you not. Messed up world. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think the fish would attest to being either Irish or English. They're ocean fish. So, edgy sells, Captain, says Matt Finn. Thank you, Master Finn. So, oh, yeah, Steph. What did Steph say? She said, I want to go there, damn it. Yeah, you should. You talking about the Stillwater or see, I still do it. Say it right off the top of my head. The Water Street Inn. In Stillwater, if you look up Stillwater, Minnesota, get a look at some pictures of that picturesque little town. That's an original mill town in Minnesota on the river. And it's a gorgeous little downtown area. It looks like all those gorgeous turn of the 19th to 20th century, the late 18th century type of little towns across America. It's got that look. And so, what? What's wrong with your hair?
It's wet, and I don't. Does it smell down on the ends? Does it smell like dog pee?
No, it does not smell like dog pee. Why would your hair smell like dog pee?
The dog peed all over Flynn's jacket on the floor, and I
Seriously?
picked it up, not realizing it was pee, and then it got all over my pants and
What's
my leg.
What's the dog peeing in the house for?
Because nobody lets her out, especially when
we're in here, and so the dog didn't get let out. The kids don't think about it because they're just mindless. They don't do things unless they're...
Shut up! You don't let the dog out half the time either.
I let the dog out most of the time in the morning.
Do you know that I set the chain in a specific way so I know when I've been gone all day? When I come back, if the chain's not moving,
do you know there are times I know you've done
out?
that. I know you've done that, and I set the chain back the way I found it to see if you'll yell at me.
So you walk it back out to the middle of the yard and just leave it?
Nothing. No, but I many times have to walk out into the yard to get it.
My computer's broken.
What's wrong with it?
The camera won't work at all.
Okay, turn it all the way off.
Turn it off.
Shut it down.
My older daughters, my twin daughters, sent Rowan a laptop for her birthday a couple of days ago. So they sent her a Chromebook. And so she's still trying to figure it all out.
Well, it's refurbished. So
it's a refurbished one.
Sometimes they don't always work.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out if
So
it's
she's
actually
got things
okay.
that don't work. We'll get it figured out for her. We're working through all the quirks on that for her. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why I don't own
You know,
pets.
if you would just sit down.
That's the thing. We got a cat
not
and we
run
got a
around.
dog, and the dog is fully house trained, unless she didn't feel like it. And she's got to go, and so she pees on my son's coat.
Well, she'll wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and go poop on his jeans.
Yeah, not mine. The kid.
Twins.
It's like, what the heck, dog? Go in your kennel and poop.
She's pretty good. She's
a
really
good dog. She's
She'll
really
only
good.
do it if nobody lets her outside all day.
It's like, I mean, if I gotta go, I don't go peeing on the floor.
I forgot this.
But then again, I get the difference. They're animals.
I didn't
But,
set your password. I have no clue.
Matt Finn has a fish and a dog. After the
Here,
dog, probably
hold on.
got a bunny for the kids. Does your fish go pee on the carpet though? Is it working?
I forgot my password.
Oh. So yeah, this is the new Chromebook that my daughter sent to.
And it's supposed to be touch screen,
Rowan.
and the touch screen doesn't work.
The touch screen doesn't work. We got to figure. We can't even get into the preferences on that thing to change anything. So we got to figure out how to use that one because we're all Mac based around here. So
Get out!
bye. A little child had to come in to show she had frosting all over her face. So there you go.
The worst part is this freaking totally TV is way
And I
loud.
just
out there.
typed that. What did Spaces Water say? I've had to go sometimes in the street when you can't make it home to get rid of that number 2. LOL. That's why the song "Go for the One." Or are you talking number 2, like as in poo? I've never pooed in the street, but I have come close. I've peed in the street before. I've pulled over off the freeway and peed in the bushes. You have to go up on an exit, though. Otherwise, if a cop goes by and sees you're pulled over on the freeway, he'll pull over and find out what the problem is. And then he'll want to check all your background. Then I get arrested for peeing in the bushes.
Your
So-
toenails keep scratching me. Keep your feet to yourself.
I didn't even know. I'm barefoot.
I know it's gross.
Here.
Don't touch me with your old man nails. Ew.
Shut up. You love it.
I don't like toenails. They gross me out.
She who used to do podiatry as part of her living.
Pedicures.
Let's see. Did you catch the final episode of Supernatural? I haven't seen any of the new. No, I saw half of the new season, the final season of Supernatural, and I haven't seen the other half. I need to go in there and catch it. I have heard so many good things about it.
If we have to pay for it,
I gotta watch it.
If you have to pay for it, you're gonna need to wait for a while.
Yeah, I didn't want to pay for the season to see it prematurely. So I'll just wait for it all to be done. Then it'll be up on Amazon. And so let's see. What did Teresa just say? Everyone does that at Walmart, but me. I missed something.
Peas in the parking lot?
Oh, peas in the parking lot? Yeah. I don't do it as a habit. Every now and then I do. If I really got to go and I don't want to struggle to get to the bathroom, pee in a bush. So, what's going on in here? Says Steph. Oh my God. What's going on in here? Field Guy, it's a good show. I mean, it can get a little campy at times, but you really once you get into the flow of Supernatural, it's fun to watch. So, unless you're talking about Mandalorian. Mandalorian's a brilliant show. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good. Do you know what I have found to be a really good show that started off kind of questionable? Is Star Trek Discovery. They're in their 3rd season, and it's really well done. I think you'd really enjoy it. But understanding season 3, you'd have to at least see season 2. Because season 2 is what is the whole arc that led them into season 3. So, but it's really well done. And season 2 of Discovery is what really has laid the base for another new Star Trek show coming out with Captain Pike. Remember, if you're not into Star Trek lore, let me refresh your memories, that before Kirk and Spock, there was Pike and Spock. Captain Pike was the captain of the Enterprise. Now, they never had a show with Captain Pike, but that's where Spock was his first officer, or his science officer. And number one, the woman, was his first officer. And we saw Pike in the old episodes in one episode that was a two-parter. And that's where Jeffrey Hunter played Captain Pike. And he was the original Kirk. Only he wasn't Kirk, he was Captain Pike. And they did the first pilot, as many of you might know, for Star Trek in like 1966, 65. And with Jeffrey Hunter playing Captain Pike and Spock as his science officer. And a woman as his first officer. And it was all rejected, saying that the public wouldn't accept any of those things. And they almost cut the character Spock altogether. And they ordered a new, which was unprecedented, a new premiere. And Jeffrey Hunter demanded more money, or his wife did, who was his agent. And they dropped Jeffrey Hunter, and they got William Shatner to play Captain Kirk. And so that was the progression. Now, Anson Mount, you know who that actor is. If you saw the series, you'll know who he is. You've seen the hype, you'll know who he is.
Hell on Wheels.
If you saw the series Hell on Wheels, the Western series that was done, wasn't that AMC?
I think so.
The building of the railroads in the West. If you saw that series, Anson Mount played the main character, Bohannon, in that. And so he played Captain Pike, and it was all through the second season of Discovery. They had the USS Enterprise, and Pike was the captain of the Enterprise. Disappearance of Spock, young Spock, and that whole storyline arc through the whole second season, Pike ended up being the captain of the Discovery, and for a short time, for a special mission. And then you got the big reveal at the end of the Enterprise. And all these glorious sets they built for the Enterprise, the new bridge of the Enterprise, which is really a modernized, updated, new technological version of the old bridge, better than even the movies were, I think. And it was fascinating. And then everybody wanted to see a Captain Pike series, and they green-lighted that now. So that's going to be a new one coming out. So Anson Mount is, he played Potsy on Happy Days. Oh, that was Anson Williams, not Anson Mount. Yeah, played Potsy on Happy Days. Gregory Peck's grandson, playing Spock. Ethan Peck. I mean, there's some big nads to fill right there. Gregory Peck's grandson.
Barry, yes, I love Star Trek. I just don't get to watch it.
Yeah, I keep trying to get her. Hey, let's sit down and watch this. And every time we turn on a show we want to watch,
somebody's hungry and I got to get up and cook, and then I miss it.
Or one of us we're always interrupted, her more than me, because they go to her. I'll be sitting there. Rainey will be back here in the office working on something. I'm sitting right in front of the kids, and they'll get up and they'll walk back her and ask her to make them a sandwich. And I'm like, dudes, Dad's sitting right here. What are you going to get Mom for? Leave Mom alone. My big line is, I want to get her a shirt. It says, leave Mom alone. Leave her alone. That's one of the big things around here is Rainey gets bugged by everybody.
Speaking of shirts, look it.
I don't know if I'm going to use that hard or not.
Oh, we're having Scotty work on a line of creepy Christmas shirts.
And that's unfinished. So
I probably just got my greasy fingerprints.
No, that's all right. It's all right. That's unfinished. But it's Krampus. And I don't know if I like the style. I don't know if I like the way I've got him depicted there. I might redo that totally differently. We'll see. So
yeah, kids always go to Mom because Scotty be like, give me just a minute, and I'll listen sometimes from here, and it'll be like 15 minutes later, and they'll be like, okay, we waited, and you'll be like, nah, you give me.
But that's not all the time. That's sometimes when you're in the middle of something, and your kids come and say, like, if I'm painting on this.
When you're in the middle of a TV show, you just gotta hit pause.
And when I'm in the middle of a show, I can hit pause. But that doesn't ever happen that way. It's usually when I put the kids off, when I go, hang on, let me finish what I'm doing here, and I'll get up and go help you. If you don't have the ability to go make your own peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Dad will get up which we've taught you to do.
Off the couch and watching TV.
Dad will get up from his computer or his painting
couch. No,
and go
won't.
up. This is all false. This is false news.
It's not
false.
News. They ask you when you're on the couch. You just don't ever get up.
I'm sorry, I don't take your questions anymore, Rainy. So, but hold on. Oh, that's something totally different. Okay. So yeah, but kids, I think there's a misperception that goes on around here.
Yes, that mom really works her ass off.
No, that
Nobody
mom is the only
quite
one who works her ass off.
understands that.
Nobody quite understands that. I get that. And I love my wife, and I congratulate her, and I do all the good things for her.
My favorite is when I leave in the morning and he's like watching TV on the couch, and then I come home like 4 or 5 hours later and he's sleeping on the couch. It's like, did you even get off the goddamn couch?
It's gotten to the point where I have to say, I've been up since 4 this morning, 4 hours before you even woke up, and I was doing work, and I came in and I turned on the news to wake the kids up and get the kids going and drive them to school in the morning. Then I drive the kids to school in the morning. Then I come back and I might sit with her and have a cup of coffee and watch the news.
I wake them
then
up.
She's gone for 4 hours doing massages,
school.
And she comes home and I'm sitting on the couch. It's like, sometimes I feel like I got to put up a preemptive strike. I just had lunch and I'm sitting and watching this episode while I had lunch.
I've been running since 6 o'clock and haven't had lunch.
I've been running since 4.
Not today.
Not today. I haven't. Today I slept until 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Most days you have been.
So, no. I woke up at 1 in the morning the other night because I went to bed at 7. I woke up at 4 in the morning 2 days ago, 4:30 in the morning 3 days ago.
Well, what are you doing? Because the house ain't clean.
I get up and I do the kitchen. Then I come in here and I do stuff. I write. What do you think I do?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't do nothing. So, I don't vacuum at 4:30 in the morning because I don't want to wake up the whole household. So that's why I always close the bedroom door when I get up at 4 in the morning, so you don't hear me clanging in the kitchen. Because right outside our bedroom door is the balcony that overlooks the kitchen. And if I'm down there banging pots and pans and cleaning and stuff, it's going to wake her up. So I always shut the door. I'm courteous while I clean. So, but anyway, creativity comes in early morning, quiet hours. Sometimes it's late, Teresa. Creativity is hard when you're surrounded by interruptions every 5 minutes. It's hard to get a stream of creative thought going. It's for instance, if I'm writing a simple paragraph in my book, and my kids come in and want something and interrupt, I'm already interrupted. And it's like, hang on, give me a few minutes to finish the thought I'm in, and then I will come and help you out. And then you're bugged 3 more times. It's like 15 minutes pass. You know why 15 minutes has passed? Because every time you interrupt me, it adds 5 minutes onto my thinking process when I'm writing a sentence. And if you interrupt me 3 times in the middle of that, you know what happens? You got 15 to 20 more minutes. So just everybody, shut up. Leave me alone for a minute. That's why I tell them, leave mom alone. Mom's working on stuff. Leave her alone for a while. For God's sake, don't talk to your mom. Let your mom. She goes up. She doesn't feel good. On a day she doesn't feel good, like last week there was a day and she needed to sleep a little bit. She was just worn out. She goes upstairs and all the kids are home. She goes upstairs and I said, now everybody, mom is going up to take a nap. Leave her alone. Look at my eyes. Leave your mom alone. Let her sleep. Within 10 minutes, the 5-year-old is up there and I hear Rainy saying, go away, let me take a nap. And it happened, and you got to catch him in the act. And so what happens when mom takes a nap? If I want to make sure she has an uninterrupted nap, I got to stop working because I got to sit out there and watch them and keep them from going upstairs. And it's like, leave your mom the fuck alone. Dad is sitting right back here in the office.
And usually,
come back and get me.
If they let me sleep for about an hour,
she's okay.
Then they can all come up and hop in bed, which they usually do.
Oh, wait. What's an uninterrupted hour for you? When have you ever had an uninterrupted hour?
It's like when they come in for like the first 15 minutes, and then I kind of fall asleep, and then they leave me alone for like another half hour to 45 minutes.
Yep.
And I actually got to fall asleep.
Yes. And so my productivity, being in the home, I love being in the, I've always said rather tongue in cheek. I said this years ago. The best thing about working for myself is that I'm always at home, always around my wife, always around my kids. What a wonderful existence. The worst thing about working for myself is that I'm always at home, I'm always around my wife, I'm always around my kids. Worst thing in the world. And productivity goes from 100% to about 33%. When you work at home and you got kids at home.
Until school starts, and then it should go back up.
Yep, it should go back up.
It doesn't.
Is the idea. It should go back up, and it doesn't. Because you're playing catch up. You're always catching up. You're always working. Or then if you don't have, Teresa, you just said it. Sometimes you gotta have the muse. It sounds ridiculous, but you're sitting there, and I've done that. I've stared at my keyboard and go, all right, I know where this story is going, but I can't write today. I can't get it out. I can't paint today. So blah, blah, blah. It's getting back in the mode of doing things and doing things the right way. So yeah, Teresa, I just know it. Exactly, Scotty. Who looks smart now with the no kids here? Ha ha ha, field guy. Yeah, field guy, you don't get sex either though. So there's that. So sorry, I just revealed your 40-year-old virgin secret. So sorry, brother. He's talked about it before, and that's why I can joke about it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You should line field guy up with some of your single chick friends.
I don't have any.
Well, you got, what's her name? Kendra. Oh wait, she's not really technically not single.
Yeah,
Is she?
she's
hot too.
She's debating between 3 different ones. So
Debating between 3 different guys.
2 different ones. 2 or 3, I don't know.
See, that would be Rainy. If we weren't married anymore, if I died, she'd have a list of guys just out there, and she could just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And then she'd have to decipher, once she gets all the mo's picked, then she'd have to decipher and filter through all of those. And,
yeah, but see, there wouldn't be a picking. I will gladly remain single when you go.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll haunt you.
No,
I don't care if I die
you're an
early.
extra man child, then I'm down to 3 kids, and I'm good for a while.
If I die early,
yes,
and you're still going to be hot, you're 40, almost 41, and you're hot, and that's a big factor, by the way, in finding somebody when you're a little older. Is if you still got it. She's got it.
It doesn't
but
mean
you know
got
what?
it in 20 years. What?
I don't have any problem with you finding somebody else. I would hope you would, for your own happiness and your own satisfaction. You don't have to marry him if you don't want to. Hell, if you just want to have sex, see, I got somebody that I can have sex with on the side, or friends with benefits. That's your choice. After I die.
Oh, I better get rid of them now then, huh?
Yeah. That's why I keep finding the ant poison in the donuts.
Yeah.
Mm. But no, she'd never put in the donuts because the kids eat the donuts.
Yeah.
So Field needs my motivation.
Caffeinated coffee.
What did Field guy just say? Next time I'll message you. Okay. Yeah, I see something. CLC Paint says for first-time author. See, I got to go backwards. How would you suggest beginning a book? CLC Paint says, I've been asked that a lot of times. Many times.
My energy is draining.
It's the same way I begin a book. If you've got an idea for CLC, first thing I'd ask is, do you have a concept for your book? Is it a story, fiction? Is it nonfiction? If it's nonfiction, you got to do your research. You got to figure out what you're going to write about, how you're going to write it. If it's a story, you just start writing. You sit down and you start writing.
Is it going to be a kid's book?
Yeah, is it a kid's book? Is it an adult book? Is it a young adult book? Young adult book, if you don't know this, the YA books, you see that YA in front of them, that's books like Harry Potter, Twilight, all of those kinds of series of books. That's considered young adult books. And that's your late teens, mid to late teens, up into your 20s. And Spaces Water says, I've always wanted to write manuals. Oh, well, am I sad or what?
No.
No, you're maybe just a meticulous thinker. It's the way you think. It's the way you present things. Let's see. Ruben Fast Horse, by the way, just messaged me. I'm going to see if he's got something going today. He does. He has a cloud HD video. It's too long a link, I think, on here. You can join the Zoom meeting. Let's see if I can copy that and paste it for you guys. I don't know if this works for this or not, but Ruben's going to do a language seminar today. Lakota. So there you go. You can see if that works. That's a Zoom link if you want to see Ruben Fast Horse and join in on that. There are also he sent that to me privately, so he's probably got it posted. So
and he teaches that class to make extra income because he's not employed right now.
Yeah.
So go join it.
He was employed by New York University until the whole COVID thing hit.
Yeah.
And that shut down what he was doing and teaching native language. And so he does this through these organizations. That's how he makes any kind of money at all right now.
Yeah. So go
It's
like
that kind of
actually
thing.
join the class.
Join the class. Yeah.
If you've got a little.
Oh,
bit
he's
of extra
posting
time.
it now. Okay, cool.
I don't know if he's got a donate button. Go donate.
Go donate to yeah.
Whatever
If you
you'd
got
like to
extra
do.
money to donate, yeah, donate it to his cause. What he does, it helps him keep things alive. I just watched a documentary the other day while I was sleeping on the sofa, and my wife was working and cleaning the house at the same time.
I cannot stop yawning. You must be boring.
I must be. I must be. Why don't you talk about something exciting?
I don't have anything exciting.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Sure.
What do you want me to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't
What
know.
makes you excited right now?
Not anything really.
What makes her excited right now? Sleeping in.
Sleeping. Oh man, I'm so tired. I'm just tired. And then I haven't slept good in like 4 or 5 nights. I keep waking up. You get the chest pains and the heart palpitations.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if anybody else gets it, but they're hard to sleep through because, are you going to wake up in the morning?
Yeah. And when you're in that stupor in your sleep and that stuff happens, you think, am I going to be awake in 4 hours or not?
And then your
Am I
anxiety
going to be
goes
alive?
crazy, which I know I'm going to be alive, but still, it's painful enough it wakes you up, or you get that boom, boom, boom as your heart restarts itself back up, and it hurts. I'm tired.
I know.
I'm fading. If I fall asleep, you know why.
There it is. Well, you've been talking for an hour and 42 minutes.
I know.
That's tiring.
It is. It's a lot
I
of
could keep
thoughts.
going.
It's a lot of brain work.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, and to finish CLC Paint's question, really, and it sounds so ridiculous, but if you're going to write a story, you just sit down and write it. And for me, I've got a story. I could tell the story easily. I could write it in 2 days. It's all the details and making sure, because the book that I'm trying to finish now is a book that deals with not just telling the story, but I want to make sure the historical facts are correct behind it. It's not a historical novel, but it's set in 1920s Egypt. And I'm talking about some Egyptian history in it, but it's not a history novel. But I want to make sure that if an Egyptologist picks it up, they don't go, "Oh, this novel is totally nonsensical because it doesn't make any sense with real history." I want it to make real sense, even though history is not the topic. So it's got to make sense. For the times, I want to make sure that the cars they drive. Do you know how long I took? Now, this doesn't sound like a lot of time. I took an hour trying to figure out the best car that would be driven in Egypt in 1922. And I found it was a gray Dove. You can look that up.
Camelback?
What's that?
It was a Camelback?
It was Camelback. It was camel toe. So that's what I do with this book. I've got to research everything. I look at the black market. I got one of the characters, Setesh, is the head of the Egyptian black market, fictionally, and in this novel I'm writing. But I got to make
Grandma's
sure I
gonna pick you up
understand
from
what the
school
Egyptian
tomorrow.
black market was like in 1922.
She's
What
gonna
were they
spend the night.
doing? How accepted were they by the local governments? How accepted or unacceptable were they? What kind of appeal did they have to foreign entities? And so I'm looking at all of that. I got to make sure that stuff makes sense. That's part of the research in a fanciful novel about supernatural activity. What are you laughing at?
I was sleeping.
Oh, you were sleeping. So that's what I do. CLC Paint. I'm not sure what your name is, so if it's okay to just keep referring to you as that. You just start writing. You start writing it, and where you got to research, you research, and so stuff like that. So I looked into. By the way, there's a big element in this book I'm writing that has to do. And if you've seen the illustrations of the cover, here, if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a place where you can look at it.
Yeah, I'll show you.
And my agent actually wanted me to do this as an illustrated book, not like a comic book, but color illustrations throughout the book. And let's see if that's the current one. Okay, I'm going to give you this link. This is the illustration I did a couple of years ago now when I first came up with the concept. If you haven't seen it, here is the cover illustration of the book. Now, this is before I had worked out some of the details of the story. But if you look at that, and CLC, this is for your benefit. By the way, when I wrote The Rollicking Adventures of Tam O'Hare, it started with an illustration. I did an illustration of the front cover. The book cover illustration that you see for Tam O'Hare, if you go to Tam O'Hare, HARE.com, you'll see that cover illustration. I did that illustration for my kids because I used to tell them these stories. And then I wrote the book off of that. But if you look at that front cover of the 10 Breaths of Ra, it's a Badcock and Byrne adventure. You see elements in this cover that are part of the story. And you see the main characters there. The guy down in the front, that's Daniel Badcock. He is a Romani, British Romani. I've talked about this before. You've got Dr. Eileen Byrne. She is the Irish friend of his that he grew up with, and she eventually is a romantic interest in the book. But she is, I've got her fictionally as the first woman to graduate from Oxford with a PhD in archaeology. It's 1920s. You've got behind her, you've got Satesh, the head of the black market in Egypt. And you see the plane up there in the sky. I've got Daniel Badcock, his father. His grandparents were Romani, wandering in the wagons, horse-drawn wagons, Great Britain, from Europe to Great Britain. And they were the gypsies. And his father left that lifestyle and got into building airplanes, made a killing, a fortune, a massive fortune during World War I. And so they become aristocracy, new aristocracy in Britain. That's how he was raised. And so you've got all these elements. Now you see that staff that he's holding in that picture. He's got a staff and it's got that head on it, the head of the staff. That is the secret of the power that's going on. Now, if you look at that cover, you're going to notice something about it. Eileen Byrne is holding an artifact in that cover, a little statuette.
I have one of the giant papers.
Yeah, you can.
You need to not step in the picture, though.
Very rarely, though, can you use these. I just tipped something. Here, Mom, rip her one of those out.
Can you
that's very expensive illustration boards, so you can have one this month. And so that headpiece, she's holding an artifact. That was originally going to be the focal point of the story, was this artifact. It's actually that headpiece on that staff. And it's the Wadjet or the WAS, WAS headpiece, and ancient. And so there's stuff like that. You work out those elements of the story as you go along. So you're welcome, CLC. Hope that helps. And then you just write it. Hello.
Hello.
My wife's stretching.
Hi.
Holy cow.
Shut up.
Wow.
Shut up.
Man, talk about Wonder Woman. She's fully clothed and she stretches and I'm gone. Takes me away.
I gotta get my blood flowing. I'm all of a sudden just overtired.
You know, sometimes it doesn't hit you till a couple hours in. You've been up for a couple hours working and doing something, and all of a sudden you got to take a nap.
I'm gonna need a nap. I'm supposed to go to my grandma's today too.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on at grandma's today? You taking the kids or just you?
Grandma canceled internet and cable, which I don't
Why?
think she realized that she can't watch Roku, but whatever.
Yeah, you can't watch your Roku without your cable, Grandma. So are you going with kids or without?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter to me.
I don't know.
So
depends on if kids want to come with.
let's see. I'm doing stuff on the Saints page. Field guy. I'm still limited on my reading. Still feeding traces of the vertigo. Oh, that sucks, Steph. Did the Twins make an appearance there? Oh, you talking to me? No. Well, they always make an appearance because they're always there. And they're wonderful things. I don't say that just strictly from a sexually perverted point of view. I love my wife's body. Is there something wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that?
No.
Thank you. Especially when she's scantily clad. So, all right, enough of that tomfoolery. So, let's see. There we go. I like it also, said Barry Chad. It's to be worshipped. It's an amazing thing.
Totally.
So
I actually wasn't listening to most of what you said. I'm really like, I just got drained.
do you need to get out of here?
No,
you need to go
I can sit here and be sleepy.
take a nap?
I don't know that I'll get to it.
So the kids can disturb you?
Yeah.
Scantily clad is always a good thing. This show is awesome, says Space is Water. Thank you. It is. I will tell you the best part, as untoward as I can be, that double negative, you see that in there? As untoward as I can be. My wife, for bed, she dresses in a little string tank top things.
They got to be kind of tight though, because they got to hold
Kind
the
of tight
girls
because she
in.
wants to get held up, but it's supportless. Let's put it that way. And boxer shorts. That's what she wears to bed.
Love men's
And it's like,
boxer shorts.
and I'm supposed to go to bed and not be aroused by that. It's like, so I make up shit. You know, I come to bed and there's my wife and she crawls in on all fours to come to bed. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. And she lays down and I'm like, so, did you see the new COVID laws today? and so there it is, you know, and it's that's the way life works. I don't have big girls, just perky girls, says Steph. Perky's okay. And
well, I breastfed for almost 10 years, so mine hang a little low.
She thinks she's so self-deprecating.
Well, they're big. I have big breasts. And what happens with big breasts as you get older, the collagen in your skin and your body go away and things,
but see,
gravity.
Let's qualify that, because I knew women who had big breasts. And there's different kinds of big breasts. There's big breasts because somebody's chunky and they have big breasts. If they lost 50 pounds, they would look different. My wife doesn't have big breasts because she's chunky.
I swear to God, my boobs happened because of orthotricycline low, birth control.
Really?
My boobs were not this big.
You had big boobs when I met you.
Yeah, but they got bigger. Like I switched.
Oh, they got bigger.
Switched my birth control
but that was
pills.
after you had kids.
No, I switched my birth control pills. I went from like a C to a triple D, and then
C to a triple D.
And then I had kids, and because of milk, they got even bigger.
Yep, they got firmer.
Yeah.
When she was breastfeeding, if I saw her big boob, and I got a big boob in my face, and all of a sudden
if it was full of milk, too, they'd be like,
it was firm. It was like, it's like, you know, they're perky and firm, but they're huge, and you go, whoa, and you touch them. She goes, slap. She goes, don't touch those.
Yeah. Oh man, when they were full too. Oh, they get sore when they're swallowed full of milk.
I think that was God's joke on men. It's like, men are going to grow up loving boobs, but when they look the best, I'm going to make sure he can't touch them.
Yeah, pretty much.
So James says, I'm your husband. I'm suppressed to attracted to my wife's body as it transitions from girl's body to a woman's body. Whatever, James. Yeah, I get it. I just say I like boobs and I like my wife's body. She's got a great body. My oldest is size 10 in juniors, and she's a 36G.
Oh man.
Holy crap. And she's like only 22. Yeah. With Raini, when I first met her, she had the great boobs, but she wasn't. I could put my hands, almost touch my fingers around my wife's waist. And now it's not that she's not like that. Now she's still got that beautiful, perfect V. But she's had three kids. So
my
she's
muscles aren't
40.
strong. I got that little like stretchy belly, not stretch marked, but.
And admittedly, we both know we both could, tone.
I don't mind
a lot
my
better.
mommy body.
I could lose some weight. I could tone. I don't mind her mommy boobies either. I think they're fantastic. And so all that to say, as trying to be as uncomedic as possible or as untoward as possible and just talk about it. It's, there's nothing wrong with that. We all like our partners, our mates to look good. I get more worried about the way I look because I put on fat in weird places at age 60 now. And so I now have that treadmill that my daughter set me up that I haven't started using because I haven't set it up yet. Now it's half set up in the living room as of a couple of days ago.
Taking up so much room, it's driving me insane.
We had to totally rearrange the living room because it's the only place in the house where we could fit that. We could fit it in the garage, but it's computerized and it's got a computer screen. This thing has a screen so you can go walking in Egypt or walking in Scotland or walking all places around the world. And you can connect with other people like my daughters where they're walking. But up here in this climate, I could put it in the garage where there's room. But you know what? It's going to get down to 0 in the garage during the middle of the winter. We can't have computer electronics running in that. We can't heat the garage.
No, but
cost a fortune.
You could bring it in. Obviously, it comes off in a separate piece.
Oh, you could. Yeah, you could probably take the computer.
Bring the computer in and out every time you're going to use it.
But I have no idea how the treadmill will operate in the cold. So we did bring it indoors. We did have our chiropractor, who's also a physical therapist. He said, if you're going to make it part of your life, make it part of your life. Bring it and put it in the living room.
But I think he was thinking, so when you're instead of sitting watching TV, you can be on the treadmill. But if you're on the treadmill, you're obviously watching the TV on the treadmill. So you don't really need to have it in the living room.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see how it
works. We'll see how it. Once it's set up, I had held off on it because, frankly, that arrived here from my daughters the day after I had the heart attack, and so which was my third heart attack. The first one, I had the surgery. The second one was when I was out of state a couple of years ago in Utah, and it was mild. They just kept me for 3 days doing tests, and I was fine. This one I told you all about happened, it was right around the 20th of September is when it happened. Sitting here early morning, I'm getting pains.
And it really only happened because there was a blood clot at the end of
That's
one of
it. There was a blood clot at the end of the stent they had put in 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago now, frankly, in February.
It's the same stent they redid about a year ago.
They redid that. Well, they just blew the one up a year ago. They didn't put a new one in.
It's the same stent, though.
It's the same one from 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
And so it was clot. There was a blood clot in it.
Maybe time for a different stent.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And how do you know? And of course, now since then, and I didn't have any big problem with it. I had a heart attack. But, heart attacks, you always get this picture in your mind. It's supposed to be clutching your chest and groaning in pain and falling to the floor, and somebody finds you passed out. And lucky if you didn't die. Now, I suppose I could have a heart attack like that someday if I'm not careful. But all of my heart attacks have been things of like, why is my shoulder hurt? Why is that hurting? And that's as far as it really goes. Now, this last one, I felt pain, but your heart's here. I can still feel stuff right here. And of course, the scar is right there, as you've all seen. The scar's right there too. All right up there. This is all stuff from the scarring from the surgery, which is why I don't like going naked at the beach anymore or topless. And so when you feel heart stuff, I always feel stuff here. It's always, even now, it's just like, it's there. You can tell it's there. but I felt pain like way up here in my chest. And I thought, what is that? And I thought it was I strained a muscle or something. And then it starts, then 5 minutes. And so I stood up. I was sitting here at my computer having coffee. This was, back in September. And I stretched. I tried to stretch that muscle to see and then I got sick right away. It's just, I got that nauseous feeling.
Your toenail.
Sorry about the toenail.
Smushing my toe.
I felt that
my
one.
feet.
And I felt it, and it got me nauseous. And I went in the bathroom. I thought, am I going to throw up? And I threw up, and then I thought, I've got the flu. And I thought, oh no, because my first thing was, I'm going to spread that to my family. And I'm thinking I have the flu. And I sat here and I continued to drink coffee for about another half an hour, working on my stuff, prepping the show for that night. And then it went into my armpit. And so that's when I thought, oh, that's what I had before. And that's where I went up and I got her. And I said, I think I need to go to the emergency room just to get this checked, just to be safe. I might be having a heart attack. That's the way it felt. And I went in, of course I did. They sent me up to the hospital in the cities by ambulance. And that's where they, like I say, I like to say they ran the coat hanger up through my crotch and cleared out that stent that had a blood clot in it. And then I felt miraculous after that. And I still do. Now, I'm tired out a lot lately. I don't think it's related to that. But I'd spent 6 months feeling dizzy all the time.
I probably have
and
COVID.
Everything. Yeah. But, and that all went away after they cleared the stent.
What I have learned, not heart attack stuff, but so a lot of people that have had COVID have COVID-induced POTS. And that's the postural, what the hell is it? Postural something tachycardic syndrome. And that causes tiredness, dizziness, your heart to go a little haywire.
Subi, I see your post here, Subi3. She says, oh, geez, I didn't know that could happen with stents. My husband had a massive heart attack in January 2020, rushed in, had 4 stents put in. And I got to tell him this. Yeah. The heart attack that I had in when I was in Utah, was that where they said the stent was clogged or something, or they had to blow the stent back up?
So we've gone in a couple of times. I know. I don't remember if Ellie was 3 or 4, but I know I had to take you in and we waited for you to get that surgery the one time where they started putting you under and then they had an emergency, so they had to wake you up.
Was that for my heart surgery?
That was not your heart surgery. That was a stent. They were doing something with your stents then.
They call that a procedure now, by the way, rather than surgery.
Yeah, a procedure.
They just run something up through your crotch. Usually you get into the main artery and run it all the way up to your heart.
Yeah.
So.
And then I thought there was another time too. And then I don't even know. But it's like the first year of having stints can cause complications where it's either gonna need to be blown back up or you can get a blood clot. And then I think if you can go a year, you're usually pretty good. But yeah, if you feel anything like it might potentially possibly be your heart again, you need to just go
check it out. And now I don't over worry about this stuff, but now it's like the other day, I felt it's like it was in my chest and I thought, oh, I'm getting it here. And I thought, uh-oh, am I having a heart attack? And then you got nitro. You can take the nitro pills and all that does is tell you it opens up the arteries a bit. So if you take your nitro and it calms down, you got a problem. You got to go have checked out. If you take your nitro and nothing happens, it's probably not your heart.
No,
that's kind of the way it works.
Can you see? My question would be like, because they have all kinds of great heart monitors now. Your Apple Watch, your Fitbit. I think Fitbit Sense has.
Where's the? Did you move that?
What?
Sitting there, the pulse thing. It was sitting right here when we started.
Right here.
Fell down. Okay, we got one of these. Now, this doesn't tell you really what's going on with your heart other than, it's one of those things that they put on your finger. See, I can put this on my finger right now. And if I hit the button, it'll come on. It'll start reading my oxygen level and my heart rate.
Your heart, yeah.
So I look at this right now. You can see it's doing the heart rate right now. and it tells me my oxygen level's at 96% and my heart rate's 75 sitting still. 74. Now it's at 97. Now it's at 98, my oxygen. Now it's at 99.
It takes a couple of
So you see, it
minutes
takes a couple of seconds to. So my oxygen is doing well. My blood level or my heart rate's fine. You know, for sitting still, I'm being animated, so my heart rate's up a little bit. But that doesn't tell you much.
And I think the like the Apple Watch, the new Apple Watch, and like the Fitbit Sense, there's another Samsung watch where you can get an app that will read whatever you have on there, where it'll show like the actual, like, what is it, a cardioectogram or something like that, whatever they call it.
I need to get something like that. It'd be nice to see, you know, how can you tell if you're what's that chemical in your blood? The
troponin.
Troponin is a chemical that your heart puts out, and when you're having a heart attack, it increases. So your there's my naked child. Why are you naked?
She's not naked. She just doesn't have a shirt on.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got pants on. All right.
After wearing the same dress for 4 days,
she made mom wash her special dress she got 3 times this week.
She's worn it every day, so I wash it every day.
That way, Mom.
What way? I don't know how to draw.
Hey, we're doing something else. She did the best she could while we're doing something else. You're going to have to wait a few minutes. See? Slam. She slammed the door on us. So, yeah, it would be nice to be able to read what your heart's doing. The only sign I have ever had really that tells me I'm having a problem going on with my heart is when it goes all the way over and I can feel it up into the pit of my arm. And then I know something's going on. And it's usually just feels like sore muscles. So far, maybe I've been lucky in that respect. I had a friend who had a heart attack the same time I did. He's 15 years younger than I am. Had a heart attack when I had my surgery. He was in the hospital. We found out 6 months later he was in the hospital the same week I was getting the same surgery. And but they found him passed out on his living room floor. And so our bodies reacted differently to it. But my husband has not felt right since. Adjusting all his new meds, etc. He says he felt better or normal prior to having the heart attack. What's the name of that finger metery thing? What do they call these?
It's a
fingertip pulse oximeter, OXI.
You need to go out. I'll be here in a few minutes. Oh, someone banged on the door. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say meds. You should have him change his brand of meds.
Yeah, maybe it's a brand of meds. I know I take one medication right now that makes me dry cough, and that has to do with my blood pressure, and which is really weird. And so I have this dry cough you hear from me every now and then on the radio. And if I talk too much, it dries my throat out too much, and I cough. So sometimes it's looking at different meds. My meds, I'm pretty good about my meds. There's days, frankly, I forget to take my meds. I get up in the morning and I have a cup of coffee and maybe I'll grab a piece of toast and I'm like, damn it. I'm supposed to take these meds an hour before I eat something. So I put it off or an hour afterwards. So sometimes when I do that, I forget altogether to take my meds.
Goddamn dog head.
Raini's getting yelled at by the child because she doesn't know how to draw the right kind of dog head.
Draw a dog head. I don't know how to draw a goddamn dog head. I'm not the artist.
That's right.
Jesus. Ugh. And Rowan was the one knocking to try.
You're not an artist, but you're a piece of art.
She was trying to get whatever reaction from Ellie, so I got to walk out there, and no one was at the door.
I used to get great mileage out of the line from. I may have said it here before. I just said this to somebody. It might have been on the show. Remember the animated movie, The Iron Giant?
Oh yeah.
I did talk. Sunday. That was last Sunday. That thing in your mouth is art. It's a great line, guys. So, what am I getting for Christmas?
Oh, this thing too?
Yeah, get him one of those.
This thing, if you like, I know Wish is a really bad place, but I don't think I got it from Wish. Maybe it was like Alibaba or something. I don't know. I think I paid $20.
Amazon, wasn't it?
No, I didn't.
I don't think I got this
from Amazon. was one of those Chinese companies that takes like 6 months to get here, but I only had to pay $20 instead of $89.
What was the meter I wanted to get? I was looking at a meter. What kind of meter was that?
I don't know.
There's something we were looking at. We find them at Walmart, at Target, on Amazon.
Blood pressure cuff?
I can't remember what it was. It was something they used when I went in and I thought I was having a heart attack. It was that mild, but it was something else. It was something with my neck, and they were checking out my heart. Remember when I had the neck problem? And I thought, is that a symptom of something?
The TENS unit?
Oh, it's a TENS unit. That's totally different.
That was for the muscle.
That's muscle stimulation. They put that on my neck. So Audrey's back. Good to see you, Audrey.
Can always try Groupon for the pulse oximeter too.
Yeah. And this thing is, it's pretty easy to use. There you see, it said oximeter when it came up. And it will show you your pulse. Here, look at this. If I put this on, it's on the other hand now. I put that on. Now watch the top line. There's my pulse. See? It's telling me 94 and 85. Suddenly I'm at 84 for a heart rate. 94. Let's see, it goes up. 95. You should really be over 96 for your oxygen in your blood. And I was at 99 5 minutes ago. Now it's 97, 98. There you can see it's starting to read it now. And why am I up to 81 for my heart rate? I don't know. I'm moving around.
Holding your arm up?
Hold my arm up. You can cross your legs and your heart rate will go up. That's why they say when they take your blood pressure, uncross your legs.
Oh my God. Okay. So, first time ever I had my blood pressure taken. They made me stand up to do it.
They made you stand?
Yep. It was so low while I was sitting that they made me stand up.
I don't know if I have more coffee out there or not.
I don't know.
Here, I'm going to let people focus on you for a minute.
Yay.
So I am going to go see if I have more coffee,
can
folks.
You make it through there?
I can make it through. Just too much things stacked in the way.
I know. Let's make that go back up just a little.
And of course, all the kids' drawings, fresh drawings, are now on the floor.
I know, and that special paper you just gave her is on the floor.
Yep.
Kids are so terrible. Oh, and I know he says it's expensive artist paper, but we shop at the Hobby Lobby, so 99% of the time we get it for buy one. That's not even buy one. It's 40% off. It's a good deal. And I'm cheap, so I don't let them buy paper unless it's at the 40% off. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys, what's going on with everybody else today? Any good plans? Let's see. Ooh, I missed something. Let's see here. How does this make my life better? What have I actually learned? I'm not sure who you're talking to, Barbara. I don't know that you're going to learn anything sitting here listening to Scotty and I talk. Oh, Field Guy, where's your Hobby Lobby? I'm surprised they won't hire you. Ours is in Maplewood where we go, and I see guys all the time. And Woodbury has guys. Must be your state. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Audrey, today is your day of rest. Yeah, Mondays are supposed to be my day of rest, but that's where I do everything. But really worked for me the last 2 weeks with this Minnesota and people knowing things were going to happen. They weren't out going places or making plans. So I really haven't worked much in the last 2 weeks. My paycheck's going to show it. And then we got snow today. So I was going to go to grandma's today and I don't really want to go in the snow, but maybe I'll still go. I got to help her with her internet. She needs the box mailed back. And I don't know if anybody else out there has to deal with anybody that's way older, but my Grammy is 80. Oh man, what is she? 84, 85? And she was telling me I have to mail back the cord for my computer. And I'm like, you have to what? For the internet, I have to mail back the cord that charges my computer. And I'm like, no, you do not mail back the cord that charges your computer. The internet company has nothing to do with that. So I either have to go there today and help her, or I for sure have to go tomorrow so that she doesn't end up mailing stuff back that does not need to be mailed back. Otherwise, her laptop's not going to work at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Scotty leaves me here. I really don't know what to say. Yep, I'm tired. Brain function's gone. I'm really excited about tomorrow. I'm taking Scotty to the hotel. I really think they'll let us investigate everywhere that I want to investigate. And now knowing too that like the restaurant and bar area is going to be closed, I think some of the really spooky stuff has happened in that area. And I'm kind of really excited because then we don't have to wait till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to get in there. We should be able to get in at a decent hour. I know. What do they say? The witching hour, but I don't like to be up at the witching hour if I don't have to. So yeah, we'll see. And I think we plan on doing a lot of live stream stuff. I don't know if Scotty's going to do it on Facebook or YouTube or how or where or what. So you guys will have to kind of watch tomorrow night and into Tuesday and see what videos have been posted or if we got anything. I don't know. When I was there, I went by myself the day before Halloween and got a few voices, but not a ton of stuff. So I'm kind of hoping with Scotty there, we'll be able to pick up on a little bit more, or at least I won't be so scared to be there. I don't like when I have to be by myself, and I don't like going with people who don't know anything about ghost hunting. So then I got to sit there and kind of do it all by myself, and I don't like that. Let's see. No, we don't use a lot of tech devices. We have a K2 meter. But I don't know that we even really use that. Just EVPs. We really just take the recorder and do EVPs. I've got my ghost box, my old shack hack. I think we're going to bring that out. But otherwise, I don't think we really use much. We just like to sit, feel, and listen.
Sit, feel, and listen.
Yeah, for ghost hunting. Okay.
I was trying to help Ro for a minute with her computer, and stuff isn't working on her computer.
I know.
So we'll get it figured out. It's probably just got to figure out the settings from the old, was refurbished, and we'll have to see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, we're talking about ghost equipment.
All right. So, guys, we've been going 2 hours and 15 minutes.
A long time.
And so I think we're going to start trying to wrap this up. We'll do the long goodbye for you here, but
yeah. And I was supposed to call Grammy 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. So Raini's got to go do something for her grandma, help her grandma out. So just a couple of reminders for those of you who don't normally join us. Every night this week, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, the Intrepid radio program. And now we got Thanksgiving this week, so we may or may not do a show on Thanksgiving. Think of it this way. We might do a live show on Thanksgiving night. Now, for most people, by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, but if you're out west, it's 7 o'clock in the evening if we go live. So if you check it out, there will be an announcement. I think that'll be okay to go live. Everybody's usually done with their festivities and all of that by that time of the evening. So we'll probably go live on Thanksgiving. And again, I'm still working on getting the show live. I did talk to the guys at the network. The problem I have is making sure we can go live to the network and live to YouTube at the same time. And that's been the big problem with going live. And now also, there's one other hitch I have. You know how you guys see an announcement on YouTube for the show, and then it's a premiere, and then it does its countdown? I can't link into that when I'm broadcasting from my software. The only way I can use that is if I'm broadcasting directly from YouTube. That's why you don't see, like now, you don't see any of the ad, oops, sorry, honey, any of the ad stuff up all around, or the runner on the bottom, the ticker. You don't see any of that because I'm not broadcasting through the software. Now I can have that show up, and we did that with the test the other day. For those of you who remembered that, it worked just fine, but I can't go in and set up a timer on YouTube with that. And so you don't know where to go. All I can do is post a link and say, go to, and it's not even a link. You just have to go to my channel at 9 o'clock in the evening Central and look for my live stream and click on it. And so that's the problem, is I'm trying to figure out and work out some of those little kinks. And even the guys at the radio station didn't know how to do that. So I've got to see how we've done that in the past. And, we did it with Rocky's show. And you could see how we could broadcast through the software because you saw all the logos and all the stuff that was there and the ticker and it broadcast. And he also had a timer up there. You went and clicked on his link. It took you right there. So I got to see what to do and how to do that. And once I get that figured out, we'll figure it out. There you go. And so I've talked to all the radio network guys. And I'll probably, you have to call them on the phone to clarify some things on that and get that to work for you. All right. Electra, by the way, good to see you. I saw you a little earlier.
She said she's been locked out. New iPhone, been
Really?
locked out of YouTube, emails, everything.
I wonder why that is.
Like virtual death. LOL.
Huh. That's weird.
That's terrible.
That is.
iPhones are dumb.
Yeah. It's funny. We got me a new cheap phone because my phone stopped working. And all of a sudden the other day, 3 months later, my phone popped on. So my old phone is working now. This one.
Which is good because I was kind of frustrated.
Good, yeah.
I bought,
So
we do Straight
phone.
Talk for service.
Tell it's my phone.
And that's a Samsung A50. And we paid $299 for it.
Camera.
And then he dropped it and it didn't work. So I went and bought him another camera that was $99. Only spent $99 because it had a decent camera.
And I wanted to get this one fixed.
That's what we like about the phones, is when they have a nice camera on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dropped that one right away and did.
Yeah, like the first 2 days I owned it. Look at the crack in that.
Cracked it all up. Oh.
Yep.
And then after that, it was like $400, dude. You are not getting a new phone. Like, that's enough phone money for the next 5 years. You're out of luck.
Yeah, really.
Now it's working.
And now it started working again. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. It's the battery. The battery goes
and it's
fast.
I was gonna say it's all Samsung, but I think this one's a LG. The second one we bought was a LG, and it's dumb.
Like my battery on this now is at 53%, but it was charged to 100 yesterday morning, and I haven't charged it since. So that's holding on right now. But if I started using it more,
I think you're remembering your Apple phone. Your Apple phone is the one where the battery drained. Because Flynn gets mad at that too, because he'll plug it in to play games, and then it's like an hour later and it's dead.
There you go.
Space is Water says, you need a new phone case, Scotty.
Well, this was the new one. See? For the other phone? Yeah, what I need to get is one of those Otter Defenders. And I didn't want to get it for this one because it was a cheap phone, and I thought, I'll get one that fits the better phone when I get the better phone. This was supposed to be temporary. And so I never bought, and 2 days later I dropped it.
Yeah, I think it was even less than 2 days later because I didn't even have time to hop on. I usually go on Amazon and buy a phone case and a screen protector right away.
And I didn't want to go spend $50 on a phone case.
You dropped it before I even had a chance to hop on Amazon to even buy it. And then it's like, well, you dropped it. Screw it. Don't need it now.
Yeah. What are the megapixels on these phones? Was it like 16 megapixels on the camera?
Yeah, they were big.
That's why I like that, because I think I've said here before, when I used to shoot weddings back, God, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. Not that I'm just a visual person. That's the only reason I'm going to get it. But this, which one is it on? Right here.
Audrey says, after the last iPhone update, my battery drains faster and I'm having issues. Yeah, but wasn't Apple like proven to, as you update and your phone gets older, they do stuff to slow it all down? I'm sure every company does it.
It's like built-in termination.
Yeah. But what I really don't like about Apple is you can't put a freaking SD card in it. And I don't want to pay $10 a month to have all this extra storage on my phone. I'll never do Apple again. No iPhones.
So now, like, this is my good camera, and it's falling apart bit by bit. But
it's what, 20 years old? Because I think we got it used.
Well, I got it used. I was shooting weddings with this Canon way back 16 years ago. And it's 8 megapixel. 8 megapixel. They got phones that do 26 megapixel now. Our phones do 16. So I was shooting weddings with this. All those pictures I shot in Egypt, I shot with this. And I could do videos on this too, you know, but the problem now is it's stopped working. So it's time for a new camera. And I got all the lenses for this and all of that, but I don't know. Would she come in and open the door and run off?
I think she was going to show us something and then ran.
Oh, okay. So this will turn on, you know, but it won't take pictures.
Oh.
See, now it'll take that, but it won't take any more. Now it's locked. Now it locks up. So there's something wrong with it.
But that's been dropped and kicked into Egypt. I don't know how many times. It's been to Egypt
5 times. It's been dropped, kicked. It's been thrown across the room. It's had all kinds of things happen to it. So, yeah, it's all battered up. I just need a new camera. So.
Yeah, anybody got
what's amazing?
A good old camera they're selling.
Yeah, what's amazing though now, the only point I was making, that's the camera I shot weddings with. Top of the line 16 years ago. That sounds ancient now. You don't think about it, but 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. Now your cell phones can get almost more than 3 times the amount of megapixels in a picture. And so your resolution is phenomenal on a cell phone. So
I was going to see if there was a date.
139 pounds. What is that? That's about $200. Something like that.
I don't see a date.
Yeah, there's no date on that. But that's the same camera I was using. So, see, now it'll work again because you've undone the battery.
Look at how ginormous this battery is too. Mm-hmm. Like they don't even do big batteries like that.
Not anymore.
Are you ready to see my evil alien?
Yep. Show
Let's
me
see your evil alien.
Whoa.
Here you go, Audrey. It's not a blue alien, but it's a purple alien.
With blue hair.
See the 3 eyes? Very nice, baby. I like that.
It looks cute, but it's evil.
It looks cute, but it's evil. It's like my wife. She looks cute, but she's evil.
Completely.
She's not evil. She's evil. So, and you're not cute. You're stunning. There's a difference between cute.
Uh-huh.
Cute and stunning are different things. Block me out all you want, evil mistress.
I am. Can't see.
So, by the way, Rocky stopped by yesterday, and I had a smoke with him. I've had 2 cigarettes, I think, since September 20th. I've had 2 cigarettes. And I had one yesterday, and it just reminded me why now I don't like them anymore. I used to love smoking. I don't like the taste anymore. So, and it's just not the same. So,
you don't have a Microsoft account yet. What are you trying to do?
All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. We got kids needing our attention. Yeah. Being away for 2.5 hours now in the morning from them is almost more than they can stand.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So we want to thank you for being here. It was fun.
Yeah.
Raini and she brought up again yesterday, reminding me we need to do like the, what'd you call it? The Family Roberts thing?
The American Family Roberts. Yeah.
Do more of that with the YouTube channel alongside of the radio show. And remember, I'm working on the memberships. They're all done. I just haven't created the announcement video yet, which I have to do. And we'll launch those memberships and where you can join and get special things for memberships. Maybe that's where some of this comes in. We'll see. We'll see what works. And let's see. What else have we got? I got to see if there's any good parting messages here that I have missed. Otterbane, Scotty and Rainey. Hey, Otterbane, Scott Allen. If that's German, I don't know what it means. Otterbane. So like muy bien? Maybe it's Spanish.
I don't know.
Let's see. Great show. Have a super day, Scotty and Rainy. Thanks. Space is water. You too. What's left of it over there?
Yeah.
And
Have a good
let's
day.
see.
Thanks for watching us crazy peeps.
Yeah, I appreciate your time.
Our
Oh, it's
family
fun.
shenanigans.
Family shenanigans. Hopefully, boy, we covered a lot today. We talked about politics. We talked about COVID. We talked about sexual stuff, sensuality, art,
Birthdays.
writing,
Ghost hunting.
ghost hunting. Well, we kind of
Health
covered a lot of
issues.
stuff today. And you know what? Next week will be just the same, just with another week tacked on in between. So hopefully new information. So thanks for being here. We'll see you all for Intrepid Radio this week. And I'm going to go, I don't know, let's go cook or clean. And now we get to go cook and clean.
And I'm going to take a nap and go to my grandma's.
There you go. All right. All right. I'm going to go take a nap with Rainy.
No, you're not. I'm going to sleep.
All right, guys. You have a great Sunday and a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you then. I'm going to hit the end stream button. Boom. And then I got to hit end. So, bye.